What's up, traders? Just a quick heads up, but if you're looking to get funded, Lucid Trading is currently running 40% off all their evaluation accounts, a limit of 5 per trader. This offer is valid through March 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2026. You can use my code MBT to get that discount, or you can just scan the QR code in the top right corner of this video. If you're looking to get funded right now, Top 1 Futures has 60% off funded accounts, Instant Sim Funded, Straight to Funded Sim Pro, and Ignite accounts, all 60% off. Get funded now using the code Market Butcher Trades MBT, or scan the QR code in the top right corner of this image. Hey, good evening, everybody. How we all doing? I'm currently still in a trade from about an hour or so ago. Let's see here. I think my entry was right there, my original entry. So 6:15 p.m. or so. Wait, hold on. That's 7:15 p.m. So I've covered quite a bit of the position already. I'm up 217 currently with this floating $50 profit. I got my stop sort of locked a little bit in profit. Covered the majority of it on this move up here, and basically got one contract left. Just kind of holding on, looking for I'll reassess when we get up to the value area high, but I mean, kind of eventual target a previous day high here, see if that can't play out. Johan, good morning or evening. I should say good evening. I'm so used to saying that. Dude Monkey, hey, how are you doing? I'm doing good, thank you. Happy about this trade right now. So on what? Oh, this is MES. I've been watching this trend line here for a while that we were kind of holding. We're still flirting with it right now. I would say it kind of broke it, but not really. Plus I had this VWAP from Friday and the 200 EMA kind of as my backup support. So that's why I kind of scaled into it a bit here, into this pullback. My stop was down here around 45 originally. I actually recorded this trade, but it's being recorded like it was recorded, not live. And I actually stopped the recording now that I got in live, so you can always cut the two trades together if I have to, if this ends up going nicely in my favor here. Hey, there's Luke. Good evening, sir. How you doing? So we are pretty close to hitting our 500 subscribers here, guys. So I'm holding out that today is going to be the day. We only need to get 13 subscribers. The last session there we did, the Sunday night session, I had 508 by the end of the stream. And then the next morning when I woke up, about 15 of them were gone. So I don't know if it was a glitch or what, but yeah. There we go. That's what's going on here. So yeah, I've been in this trade for quite a while here. Actually, look, my original entry was this guy right here. I went long 2 right on that one. So it's actually from there. That was my first entry, was 2 there. I added one on this pullback thinking it might be the pullback before we went. And then since we were holding nicely down here, I added more into it. I ended up getting into a total of 7 contracts. And then I sold them as we were popping in this area, took off risk, and left one break even here. We're currently up 60 on this guy, but I'm thinking we're at least heading to value area high, and would be pretty sweet if we could get up to previous day high, but that's a long shot here. We got news for tomorrow, Luke? Let's see. February 18th, we got U.S. durable goods at 8:30 a.m. We got core durable goods and housing starts at 8:30 a.m. Building permits, housing starts, and industrial production at 9:15 a.m. Manufacturing output and industrial production year over year. So we do have a bunch of news up until what, 9:15? So right before market open. And nothing really after that to be worried about. I mean, there is a FOMC meeting minutes, which can always, cause a little bit, but I wouldn't be too concerned. Hey, Tim, good evening. The next big catalyst this week, however, will likely be personal consumption expenditure price index reading, and that's due Friday. Okay. Good call, good call. Friday. On Wednesday, traders will be watching the Federal Reserve minutes from the policymakers in January meeting. Fed meetings are at 2, and that's East Coast time, Luke? Space Futures FX? What? Sofa, what's up, bro? Is this a different account? You got the same picture. Did you just change your profile name? I knew it was you, Sofa. Come on, bro. I can't miss that image from anywhere. Handsome FX trader guy there. Change the at. Okay, gotcha. Space Futures FX. I like it. It's a little more trade related, right? Nice. Yeah, so I'm still in this long here. Now that I'm here, I might as well bring my stop up a bit. I can manage it a little bit different here. I'm kind of looking for hopefully value area high. If we can take this midnight open here, 863 to 64, 65 is kind of going to be a potential roadblock. We got a 5-minute fair value gap. But yeah, I've been in this trade since 15:55, so 3:55. So basically 4 p.m. my time, so 7 p.m. your time? Am I wrong? Yeah. I'm in on gold, but you don't have a TP? Nice. That's good. That means you are looking for a big move up to the upside, hey? I haven't really looked at gold since I've been in this ES trade here. Oh, geez. Gold. Woo. Sheesh. That's looking real good right now. So bullish. You got your stop break even? That's awesome. All or nothing. There you go. At some point, you got to lock in. How many contracts do you have? You can't scale out at all? Or you just keep leaving full position on? All or nothing. I'm hoping this bounce continues here. I feel like I bought at a pretty good time. I had a chance here. I could have actually sold here and repositioned back here, but I didn't know it was gonna obviously reject that far. So I was long 2. We popped up and then we were starting to pull back, and I saw that we had a bullish fair value gap in this area. So I added 2 contracts. I think it was on the 2-minute time frame. Added one more contract there. Kind of bounced back up here, rejected again off. This is like the volume point of control and previous day's point of control. Pulled back, but we kept holding this level. So I added a few more contracts here on the pullback. Another fair value gap add, and then some like very low add-ins here. Scaled out. Now we're just 1 contract left. Hopefully we can get some more. You have only 1, but you're looking to add 1? Nice. That's good. So I hope we don't get a much deeper pullback here. I'm hoping that we can, I don't get stopped out of this one guy here. But if I do, we're at 50 to 54, so it's a $20 anyways, $20 more. And I locked in already, so it'll be a little under 200 on this trade. So good times, good times. But the main target for the day is, guys, is to be able to hit 500 subscribers. That's what I can't get off tonight until we do that. We're officially 13 away. So thanks a lot if you guys did hit that like button. And obviously I know you guys are already subscribed, so appreciate you guys for that. But yeah, just going to be hoping to get that 500 target. Then I can start, I got to apply to get sort of like monetized somehow. Not like, it's not full monetizing, but it's like you get some extra features. It's like stage 1 partnership. But yeah, I need to get over 500. So that's kind of the goal for tonight. Let's hope we can get there. And currently you can't really take much for trades at the moment, just because I mean, I could trade on my top step here. But we'll have to see how stuff plays out here for a bit. Gold is looking even stronger than ES is right now. The problem is NQ is kind of just going sideways. You downloaded Bookmap? Nice. Yeah, speaking of Bookmap, I've been seeing a lot of orders above, and that's kind of why I went long earlier. Looks like we still have some orders up at 65, which is slightly above midnight open price. So that's why I'm hoping if we get up to value area high here, probably be a little more aggressive on my stop. So you downloaded it, but you didn't pay yet. Gotcha. Yeah, I think you can. Is it show you it, but it's delayed or something? I think. You hesitate? Yeah. Well, I mean, depending on if you're watching streams or not, like a lot of the streams have it open, but I guess it's just better if, like, you know, for example, if I'm trading ES right now, I got ES up, but could put gold up for you. So definitely, if you guys want to see that, ask, no problem. Looks like we have orders at 49.40 on gold there. 49.40, so we got about 309 contracts up at 49.40. That's only about 5 points away right now. And then 49.50, there's 71 contracts. So that would be the most notable number. But it seems like we're pretty thick below. That doesn't mean that we're going to go lower, but these could be like buyers just looking to try to get in. And it looks like it's algorithms also, because it's kind of like moving around here. So we are slightly heavier to the downside, but not substantially, because we got 300, 400, 420, 500 contracts above, and 3, 4, 5, 670. So about 700 below. Yeah, it's not cheap, that's for sure. Yeah, the settings, I mean, I didn't really do much, Johan. The only thing that I did is, which you can use Google Translate, right? And take a photo of it with the English writing, and then it should translate it for you as an option. But the only thing I ever really did was, if you go been a while since I've done this, but no, not that one. Synchronized studies, maybe? Yeah. So if you go to volume dots here on synchronized studies, then this is the only thing that I've done here is I've applied the minimal displayed volume on the little balls that show, and I set that to 40 and a minimum trade size of 10. So if you kind of set it up like that, I think I did 40 for gold, and I did it like 40 for NQ and 50 for ES, I think it was. Let's see here. Let's go to ES studies, volume dots. Yeah, so 50 and 10 for ES, and then NQ is 40 and 10. Then we got gold is 40 and 10. And then what else did I got there? We got MYM here. Did I set this one yet? Yeah, 40 and 10 also. Well, you got to choose the right contract, right? Florida Dad, howdy, good evening. How you doing? Yeah, you gotta just you just pick when you hit a plus button here, right? You'll hit the little plus button and it'll give you this little window, and this is how you subscribe, right? So if you would just start typing MNQ, it should show like the one with the H, I think, or yeah, MNQ, and then it should see there's a H6, MNQ H6, which would be, it would match your trading platform ticker, right? So that's how you would add it. You would just do that and it'll automatically update here, and then hit subscribe, and that'll give you the other tab on the top as to like which one you want to do. So for example, like I got ES and MES, so you can see what the big players are doing also on occasion. So sometimes I'll watch ES because you know, the big buyers and sellers are more on ES, but I'll keep it both open. And then I got NQ, MNQ, right? MYM. I don't have the big YM in here. I probably should get it. Let's go with the big YM here. I'll give you a quick rundown of how we do it. So YMH, I think YMH6 right here. So CBOT futures YMH6. You won't be able to get this unless you get the bundle, and then hit subscribe. Right, so it's going to bring it up on the very end here. I'm just going to pop it over here a couple of spots, and let's edit the connection so that we can, okay, it looks like it's already set to 4010, which is good. And there we go. Now I got the big contract YM available also. So you just pan through and you can see I got silver up here too, but I haven't been using it, so I'm gonna get rid of that, unsubscribe. It just takes up more memory, so it's kind of no point to have it. Now I gotta make sure I remember to hit save when I close this. So hey Florida Dad, thank you. Yeah, definitely hit that thumbs up if you haven't. Appreciate you guys for doing that. And we're hoping to hit 500 subscribers today. We're only 13 away. Once we get to that target, then we can, you know, I can do that first step of monetization. Oh, geez. I just noticed I almost got stopped out on that pullback there, guys. Wow. Are we going to, let's see. Hopefully we're going to bounce here and continue on. But looking like we might end up getting stopped out. I'm feeling like maybe I should just give it a little bit more breathing room. I'm not really concerned about, you know, if I do get stopped out on this, it's fine. I'm going to be up around, you know, like a little under $200 if this gets stopped out. But I feel like there's still room on the upside. Pulling this around here. We're in this bullish for a value gap here. Let's see if we can't hold. If we do hold nicely, maybe we can even think about adding to this position and then just use our stop to go break even, sort of. Let's just see, make sure we don't get a bunch of huge momentum on this candle. Florida Dad, 39. Does that have to do with your age? Or is it like March 9th or her birthday or something? You wish? Uh-oh. So you're a young one then. Because age, I feel. Okay, well that's good. It's good to feel young if that's younger than your actual age. I wish I was 39 also. That'd be a lot better. Let's get some other music going here, guys. Let's get. I wish I was 20. Yeah, of course. But I mean, I would take 39. I'll take 39 too. Hey, Phil Suarez. Good evening. What did you miss? Oh, not too much. I've been in this trade since here, which was 15:55 my time. So basically 3:55 p.m. here, which would be 7:55 East Coast. And now it's like 10:30. So I've been in this trade for quite a while now. So like almost 4 hours, maybe 3 hours. It's been a minute. Anyways, gold's going up. Go ahead. Let me get this back on gold here. So you got a little bounce there, pushing new highs. That's nice. So we got those orders up at 49.40 there. You got some up at 44, and then you got some up at 46. And last but not least, 50. Tim's like, I would take 50 again. All right, bro. Well, hey, I'm not too far from there. It's scary though, isn't it? 10:30 a.m. here in Vietnam. I love Vietnam. I haven't been there yet, but I want to go so bad. Especially with cost of living in Canada sucks so bad. We're highest food inflation in the G7, which is wild. Some of the stuff we got to pay. I saw something where for $20 we can get beef, and if you go to Mexico, you can get the same amount of beef for $7.50. Like, what the heck, man? Why are we getting so pillaged at the grocery store? But standard of living is probably pretty awesome in Vietnam. 10:30 a.m. So that's the only thing that I'm not a huge fan about Vietnam, is that I would be stuck only trading the session. I would stuck being only trading Asian session. We have Alberta beef. I buy Canadian beef in the grocery store. How does it explain that? You know, like when I go and it says AAA Canadian beef, like how does tariffs affect Canadian beef? And in fact, we can get beef from Australia that's cheaper than our beef. So what's going on here? I like how you added a bunch of like non-text message, like /$$ %. Code swear words. It's a PG channel here. Okay, guys. Well, we got 14 people in YouTube. It usually doesn't get busy in here until about an hour from now or so. 8 p.m. my time, so 11 to midnight is usually when we start getting the overflow from the other streamers logging off. Still trying to just grow the channel, you know. So getting a bit of a bounce here on my ES trade, still long. Only one contract left of the 7, but holding it for hopefully value area high is what I'm shooting for here. Might not get it, but hey, it's worth a try, right? As long as we can get above and stay above the point of control, I'll feel a little more confident. But currently, we're trying to get back above there, but sort of rejecting off of it right now. We'll have to see how this plays out. Keep moving my good trade overall so far. We're kind of at value area high currently, which is lining up with previous day's point of control. So we'll see. Let's see. We got a chance here. How's your gold? Your gold's looking good. Still going higher here. We got any new? We got some orders up at 49.70 and 49.85. Ooh, maybe some dreamers up there, but 3, 4, 5, 600 orders above, and 3, 4, 5, 650 below. So I don't know. I find gold harder to read on the book map, whereas like I usually find ES or NQ to be a little cleaner. Although we do have a mixed bag right now on ES. Also, we could go either way. We got orders up at 660, 375, and 68.72. And then we got a little bit of orders down 53, 52, and 50 below. I watched a Mustang Trader video yesterday with Traders Post. Very interesting. Yeah, nice. is like when they interviewed him. Yeah, Nick's a funny guy. Really need NQ to cooperate here. NQ's kind of holding ES back right now. You get a nice pop to the upside would be good. There we go. Getting a bit of a bounce here with some volume. That's what I wanted to see. A nice take. I was thinking I should add there. That would have been a good ad. It's funny to have him on your TV. Oh, nice. Yeah, like all big screen and stuff. That's awesome. Erkan, what's up, brother? I'm in an NQ long with you here. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, I've been in this long for for like a few hours now. I got my original entry was back here at 15:55, so 3:55 my time, so 6:55 p.m. Just I mean, I'm gonna be possibly taking profits around value area high or previous day high. I don't know if we're gonna get all the way up there, but I'm gonna be a little more aggressive on my stop once we get up to the value area high here. Good to see you, Erkan. Zach made a killer trade today on stream. Hey, wow, that was a savage. What, 150 points or something? He caught an NQ long there with 3 micros, $1,200 profit. Wow, savage. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to be long right now. We've been holding, I mean, I can see it on NQ too. They've been holding 715 area nicely for some time. So you got wrecked today, but you know you're not phased. All right. Yeah, of course. I mean, if you want to be successful, you got to just forget about the losses, learn what you can from them, and just, you know, move on, right? But I know you're good at that, so this is no problem. Just so you guys know too, on Monday the 23rd, you should make sure you tune in on the live stream. We got Mike Christensen. He's from Traders Post. He'll be on with us for sort of like an interview, and he's going to trade the New York Open with us. So that's going to be pretty sweet. That's next Monday the 23rd. For some reason, I'm stoic about it, not emotional. Yeah, nice. That's perfect. That's a lot of people's biggest battle, right? Is yeah, not getting emotional. That's a hard part. Yeah, so I'm gonna bring up Mike Christensen here so you guys can see him. This is it right here, Traders Post. Here's a good one you guys might know. All right, so this is Traders Post, guys. So this is a platform you can use to copy trade and also for like automated trading. So you can do both of these things on here. So here's Mike Christensen. He's the co-founder and the CSO of them. I think Tom Hartman and also Peter Hartman here, they both trade futures live in the market open sessions. But so Mike Christensen's going to be on with us on the 23rd, next Monday. And yeah, so for example here, and here's just an interview recently that Mike did with Zach Boyajian. So yeah, so this guy's going to be on with us, and we'll have to get Zach Boyajian on sometime too. That would be killer. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's the same guy who interviewed Nick. So Mike Christensen, he's kind of like the main guy that does their like live streams and also does their like podcast style interviews and whatnot. So that's who's going to be our guest on the Monday there. I think Nick is also going to be doing sort of like a podcast style interview one evening with him, with the other two guys, with Tom Hartman and Peter Hartman, possibly. And we're probably going to try to get Zach Arbucci on the stream, guys. That's going to be awesome. Erkan, you'll have to tune in on that one if we can get him on. It's probably going to be maybe our Sunday night session or an afternoon, evening session, just because obviously he's got a lot of commitments, that guy, right? So, but Nick tried to call him out for, to come on stream with us. So Zach Arbucci, I'll show you who Zach Arbucci is. Zach's a man. I've learned a lot of my trading from him in regards to futures trading. He's actually the guy that I was planning to do my next top 10 traders to learn from. So this is Zach Anthony. I am Zarb. Zach Arbucci is his real name. And yeah, he's got a ton of really, really good videos. Here you go. I'll just put this one on. You can see what he looks like. He runs Prop Firm Match, or the streams on Prop Firm Match. And yeah, he's a really solid trader. So where Nick reached out to him also to see if we can get him in, get him on stream also would be pretty awesome. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. He's a busy guy though. It's going to be hard to get him on. We got 5 days a week with Prop Firm Match, and then usually I think about 2 days a week with ASFX TV on the Kill Zone. I can show you guys that real quick too. It's I subscribe to ASFX TV. They're awesome guys also to learn from if you're a newer trader. Pop this up. So as you can see, here's their upcoming streams Wednesday, and then Zach's on the Kill Zone Thursday, and then Zach's back on the Kill Zone here. So he trades these kind of sort of midday sessions, just talking about his strategy, because this one right here, liquidity concepts, is done by him. This is Futures 2.0, Evan Dyer, and then Futures 101 with Austin Silvers. So yeah, good times. These guys are all really solid people to learn from. So hey, we got 19 viewers now. Welcome everybody. Still in this long trade here with one MES left. I originally scaled in here. I scaled into about, I think I was in total of 7 contracts over this area here, and then scaled out nicely up here, down to 1 contract, leaving a runner, seeing if we can at least get value area high, and then at a stretch, we'll see if we blow right through value area high. Maybe we'll try to hold till previous day high, but we currently have this trade open for now. You don't know how to spell his name? Who Zach Arbucci's, you mean? Search at I am Darb. He's made some really solid videos. He does ICT style concepts with volume profile. But he hasn't been putting out a lot of videos lately, I don't think, because he's been just so busy with streaming. His last video was 3 months ago. He also just had a baby, so life is pretty busy for this guy. Well, we're rejecting there off midnight open again. This is kind of the next roadblock here. Let's see if we can't break through this level. Then we'll for sure, not for sure, but have a good chance that we're going to get up to value area high. Hey, 19 viewers in the stream right now. Welcome. Make sure if anybody is new, I'd appreciate a like or a subscribe. We're working our way, trying to get up to 500. We're only about 13 subscribers away. So, Charles Zhang, what do I think about gold? I think gold's gonna continue going higher. No, it's been pretty strong. Let's see. I know one of the viewers in the chat here, Johan, she's long on gold right now. You know, I don't really trade gold so much, but I mean, it's looking strong. So as long as we kind of like, you could do like Tory tan line style move on this one. Let's draw a Tory tan line here, and let's see if we can't see if this is just going to hold up for us. Yeah, something like that looks pretty good. So I would say if we start breaking down below much of this, that would be a get out signal. We're looking pretty bullish at the moment. So yeah, looking pretty strong. So I'd say until we roll over past this, and maybe even invert this fair value gap down at 925 at the lowest, that could be a little bearish sign. We might end up heading back to the point of control, but you know, no guarantee. Starting to flatten out a little bit here at the top, but I mean, we've done that a few times now. This area, this one. So currently bullish, although we are in this fair value gap. Let's take a look at higher time frame. So that's a 30-minute. We got a 30-minute bearish fair value gap above here. So I would be aware of that, you know, 49, 45 area, which if I'm not mistaken, that lines up with some of the orders here on the book map. Yeah, so we have some orders at 45. There's about 300. So this could be a pretty heavy resistance area. I'd keep an eye out for that. We do have, you know, and also the pre-market's London high. This is a big big bearish fair value gap on the 30-minute also, which is huge. So yeah, so this area here is pretty key level. If we can invert this and start heading higher, that would be definitely a good thing for gold. And then we got some VWAPs and some EMAs above. So, but you know, as we all know, gold is not easy to predict here. It could pull one of these super wick downs and then just rip higher. So that's kind of why I try to stay away from it, because it can be pretty damaging. She's hot though. She gives me a boner candle. Erkan, that's funny. She gives you one of these, hey? A big green candle. It's like, oh, Tory 10 lines. No, I say that just jokingly. I actually like her content. You know, I'm not one to like fully commit to tan lines, but they work, man. I mean, that's kind of what I took this ES trade on, was that same idea here. So I drew a Tory tan line earlier, and it's been holding up. Where is it? Right here. It's been kind of holding. It looks like it's actually acting like resistance right now. So I got it because we had a couple touch points earlier on it. See, like, so Tory would say, well, how many touches do we got? So 1, 2, 3, 4 touches here. Now we kind of broke back above, kind of went back below it. Now we're back above right now. So the tan line can work, guys. Yeah, that's a nice little pop. Now that we're back in that trend line, value area high could be coming here. So let's see if we can't invert this fair value gap on the 5-minute here for ES also. NQ is starting to look like it's trying to take its highs. I'm just gonna toss this guy here. We'll keep an eye on it. At this point, I think I'm gonna be moving my stop up here just to the point of control. We'll do it one tick under it there. I feel like if this turns around now, you know, we probably want to be out of it on a rollover here. We do have protection of a bullish fair value gap above. So you know, I'll give it a little bit more space than that. Just don't want to preemptively stop it out here. But if we could if we take one of this candle or the next candle and close it, you know, nicely above this fair value gap, it's looking good. See who else is live tonight right now. Let's go live. Keyflow Trades. I've never seen him before, but he's live tonight. Insider Trading Futures also. So we got two other streamers that are live right now. This is Keyflow. Keyflow's long on NQ. Yeah, it's definitely a nice little pop there. Hopefully we'll get some continuation. I'd like to see us take value area high with some momentum. That will, you know, let me at least maybe target this for the final TP. Maybe let's actually shoot for that. I think previous day high is a little bit of a stretch. printing bullish fair value gaps as we're going up here. If this candle, like I said, if this candle inverts this fair value gap, we're definitely getting value area high at a minimum. And then again, if we can take that with some momentum, I don't see why we can't get up to 875 area. Mad Hank Annan. Mad Hank Annan. I like it. Do you use volume profile as your main study? So I use volume profile mostly for targets, right? Just kind of like an easy way to get some solid levels on those. 3.5K on those longs here. Nice. Nice job, bro. Wow. Killer job. Were you in a couple minis on that? Nice job. Yeah, so I use VWAPs mainly for giving me bias on direction, and then I use value area and point of control and value, the two value areas and the point of control as sort of targets, support and resistance kind of idea. So 10 top one accounts, 3 micros. Nice. Killer, bro. Woo. That would be nice to get a payout on that, hey? 10 accounts? Damn. Nice trade. That's what we like to see. We like to see the chat winning trades. Is StreamYard free? No, I don't think it isn't actually. But you know Randy Baines, right? So he's my good buddy in real life, and he already paid for it, and they use it for their podcast. And when I started streaming with him, he just said, "Oh yeah, he just connected me to his StreamYard, and then I'm just using it on his platform, so it's pretty awesome." Yeah, he's I've been friends with him since grade 8 or 9, I guess. So it's been 20 plus years, and I've been trading a little bit longer than him, but I was trading like penny stocks and stuff like that, and then I found out that he was trading futures like at the start of the year, and I funded a personal account to trade futures. That didn't go too well at first. I think I lost about $600 in the first couple months, and then the more I was watching, I was like, what the heck is this prop firm thing, man? And then I started seeing the whole prop firm situation, and I got into top one futures. I ended up getting my first payout after my first month of being with top one futures, and being on the stream with ASFX TV really helped me kind of like, not that I learned, like I knew a lot of stuff about VWAP and just momentum trading and all this and that. So but watching them put it to action really solidified like kind of my past learning. So I owe a lot to those guys for sure. Those guys are awesome guys to learn from. Appreciate watching them live. And then that's why I'm here, is I'm just trying to help other people learn live also, because you can learn a lot from other people's wins and losses, right? So yeah, I saw a lot of his transformation. I was like one of the very first people, liking and commenting and sharing all his content at the very start when he was just starting. And it's a solo game, right? So it's good when you can have other people to support you. So okay, so can you give me some tips on the volume profile setting and how to interpret it? Yeah, sure, Mad Hank. So obviously, I'm assuming that you have TradingView, right? So mostly everybody has TradingView, and that's kind of the best charting platform. But So if you don't have TradingView, I'm not sure exactly how you can do it. But anyways, there's an indicator on TradingView. If you go here, indicators, right? Where is it? SV, session volume profile, SVP. You can hook that up, right? So I have it turned off right now, so just show it right here. I'm gonna actually turn off this other visible range profile for now, so it's a little cluttered. So you turn that guy on, right? And then you set it to the 30-minute time frame. And then you look at previous day's price action, right? So right here, I got the previous days, from the market open at 6 p.m. on Sunday, right? No, 6 p.m. on Monday, East Coast time, until 6 p.m. today. So this records all this price action pre-market and in the New York session. So once you hit 30 minutes, turn that on, it'll give you these 3 white lines right here, right? So the top white line is going to be your value area high, the bottom white line is going to be your value area low, and the white line in the middle is your point of control. And basically the main difference is that the point of control is the area where the most contracts were traded at the price, right? So at this price, the most contracts were traded, so they mark that as a point of control. So that's kind of like fair value price, like the mid price. And the value area high and low make up 70% of all the price action of the day. So the best 70% of the price action of the day. And these guys act as a good support and resistance or targets for your trades, right? As you can see here, we're blasting off right now while I'm doing this explanation, right up to value area high there, guys. We're up $86 in this one micro leftover runner. This is a pretty key area. I should probably switch back, but yeah. So if we're inside the value area, so in between value area high and value area low, that's like kind of an inside day, right? So you can kind of expect price to go from value area high down to value area low and back to value area high. Once it gets above value area high or below value area low, we get into like price discovery, right? So that's usually when we have those kind of continuation days. Obviously, these levels are never a guarantee. Tweets or whatever can throw a wrench into the situations, but yeah, they're pretty key levels and they're easy to get. The only other things that I do mark is previous day high and previous day low, just as potential targets if you start getting into price discovery. So like I said, if we get above value area high here, maybe we get a little more momentum, get some nice close above here. I'll be looking for a reason to get out at 875 or potentially even 885 there at previous day high. So that was a long-winded response, but I hope you kind of get it from that. Sorry if I was talking a little too long there, but it's not that quick to explain that. So, but we're looking good here, guys. Popping up nicely here. We're right at the value area high. Let's see if we got this inversion here. So usually when I get an inversion, normally it's a bearish, so it's orange. Once I get it inverted, I'll switch it to yellow. Now, if we get a pullback and we hold this level, we're probably going to move higher, right? If we get a pullback and we sort of re-invert this fair value gap, I'll probably be looking to exit this trade. So what I can do is I'm going to bring my stop up here a little bit more into profit now that we've made another leg higher, and hopefully this will be sort of the line in the sand to hold us up. So hey, you're welcome, Mad Hank. Is it fixed ranged volume profile? Fixed range volume profile, it doesn't show the exact same because it has a little bit of a different setting, but you can use fixed range volume profile if you want to see, like you could use that, but I don't think the settings are the same. So let's see here. If we go into session volume profile, right? We can hit this little gear button and see what it's set. So value area volume is 70%, row size is 24, and all sessions. Okay, so remember that 70 value area, row size 24. So let's just close this, and we'll just do our current price here from the open at 6 p.m. 6:30 p.m. Do that, and if we double click on this, we should. So row size 24, value area 70%. Yeah, so it should give you roughly the same values if you use that. So that is an option, but it's just a little bit easier to just have the indicator and turn it on and off. I only turn it on to set my levels and then turn it off. Can you explain how and where I can add it? Yeah, so just go into indicators here, right? Go to your indicators, search here, session, volume profile. And as you can see, it comes up here. It's already in one of my favorites. So just click on that. You'll add it to your chart on TradingView. And then once it's added on there, you can turn it on and off in your little indicator list on the left-hand side on the top here. So when I turn it on here, it'll show your current volume from the new start of day at 6 p.m. East Coast for today. And then if you scroll back here, it'll show you the start of day from the previous days. And like I said, you want to go to 30 minutes, your 30-minute volume profile, right? And then that'll give you more accurate levels as to where to put your point of control, which is a middle line, value area high, your top line, and value area low is your lower line. So it's just another confluence. I don't just because I come down to the value area low, I don't just go long and hope that we go back to point of control, right? You got to wait for some sort of, wait for more confluences. But yeah, that's how you connect that up. And then here is if you want your active volume, right? Volume or visible range volume profile is another add-on that you can add, and then it'll give you, see, this is like the current value areas. So we're actually currently, if we go look at the current price structure, we're in we're exploring new prices. I can't think of the name right now for some reason, but we're basically exploring prices outside of the current value area prices, right? So they're saying that the value area high currently would be 68.58, but that's why I like to go by the previous day's value areas. As you can see, look at that. We came up to it, we touched it, we rejected and went lower. So we often get reactions off these levels, like it, pretty consistently. That's only if you, that's why I use the previous day's volume point of control, because that one's static. That's why it's better to use the previous days, because change bookmap to ES, sure. There we go. Orders at 72 and 78 and 80 above. Yeah, so that's why I use the previous day's price up until, the new start of day, which would be today at 6 p.m. East Coast. And then that gives you a fixed area. So that's a bad thing about the downside of using, active volume control or volume point of control, because it's constantly changing, right? But if price is being accepted into previous day's price areas, then it gives you proper levels to trade off of. Once it gets out of that area, then maybe you can start looking at an active volume profile. But I don't like to use it like that. I use previous day's price volume profile. So we did get a sweep lower here. We almost touched this bullish fair value gap that we left at 864. Let's see if we can't get if we can get a breakthrough of this value area high. If not, we might end up, trying to trail this stop up to choke it out a bit. I'm not looking to, give everything back here anyways at this point. So obviously we've locked in a nice solid profit on this last contract. So we've locked in 11 points at this point. So that's about 55 bucks. This trade is currently up $250 where the price is right now. And I have an open $82 open here, as you can see. So this is my total P&L from this trade. As you can see, these were my positions. Sold them all in this, most of it in this area. Been just running the last contract break even, trying to catch a runner, which is playing out pretty good because this last contract's up $82, and yeah, stops at about 55, so I could give back about 30. So it'll be a little over 200 bucks if we get stopped out on this trade. Now it makes sense. So it moves from value area to another value. Yeah, typically it does. Do you call our opening range alert when you get into a trade, or do you mainly trade MES or NQ? Do I call our opening range alert? Is that what you're talking about? Opening range alert? You know, I do watch. Look at that, guys. Taking value area high nicely here. It's starting to get parabolic here, guys. If we start ripping up, I'm probably gonna just get a little more aggressive here. I think I'm gonna start being a little more aggressive on my stop. Let's go to the candle low here. We'll lock in some more profit here. This guy's up 15.5 bars in profit here. In fact, we might even just lock in the value area high just below it. Let's see if we can't hold this. So that's 17 points into profit here. Do you call out alert when you get into a trade, or do you mainly trade MES or MNQ? I don't really, you know, if I'm live, I try my best to show my trades often, because I have multiple charts going on, and sometimes I get so focused into a trade, I end up doing a trade on the side. But for the most part, I try to be in the trade on the screen here. But you know, for example, like I was in this trade long before the session started here. So I've been in this trade since 15:55 my time, and now it's 20:55. So 4 hours, like 4 hours I've been in this trade. I bought it down here, covered a bunch here, and then it's been letting it run here. So currently up $98 on this last contract. I'm gonna squeeze this in here tighter. I might get taken out here on a little pullback, but you know, I just feel like we're starting to get parabolic here. So this is kind of, and we have these other highs here. So this could be, you know, the end of the run higher. Just trying to be aggressive here, lock in a little bit more. But maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. We could leave it a little more space here. 87. That's only like 3 ticks. So let's just hold it below. We'll just leave it below value area high here. If it pulls back, so be it. It's only about 2 points above right now, but at the way we're looking right now, this thing's could be getting parabolic here. If we, you know what? I'm gonna put a sell order up here. Just in case it decides to really rip there. We'll put it at 75. Or let's put it at 76 here. So we're guaranteed to lock in about, I think it was 15 points or 17 points here with this stop loss. 17.25. Let's go down right to 17. Yeah, so we're locked in about 17 points there. Yeah, this has been a patient trade. It's been you know, and I was in a little bit of drawdown, not a whole lot. I think my average price was somewhere around 850 area. So it was in a little bit of drawdown, like 30-40 bucks at some points here, as I was kind of scaling into the position. And then yeah, just to reduce risk, and then to leave a runner is basically what I did. I sold a whole bunch on these pops here, and then we started pulling back. I actually closed one more. I left one runner, and here we are. That gold is looking good, guys. We're in that bearish fair value gap. Johan, are you still in that gold long? That's looking like a real nice trade right now. Earlier you said no TP. Oh, you're in on silver? Now you're in on silver. I thought you were in gold earlier. You must have closed some profit on that, or what? Hey, we got 488 subscribers, guys. Thank you to whoever, that one person that just hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. We're just trying to get to 500 here. We're 12 subscribers away from 500. So I'm confident we're going to do it today. Right, guys? Right. We got a nice winning trade right now, too. Oh, I hope we don't get stopped out on this pullback. We do have, we had a fair value gap this form in here. This might stop us out here, guys. I don't like it. Let's see if value area high can hold. Wow, silver is ripping too. Hey, oh my lord. That's savage. I feel like, I'm gonna give it a couple more ticks, guys, because this could just play around a little bit around this value area high. I'm willing to give it a little bit more space here. Just with this break of the value area high, I feel like there's a good chance we're going to continue this move higher. So I'd hate to stop it out preemptively here. So worst case scenario here, what is this now? I moved it down a little bit. So what do we have? About 16.25 points profit. Let's make it 16.5. But I do like that take of value area high. Nice strong take there. Increased volume. Now we're pulling back, but let's see if the buyers don't defend this area here. Might even give it one more point. I'm just having trouble deciding here. So hopefully these buyers hold this level here. Currently have 26 people in the channel. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. You can take a moment to support the stream and hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. There we go. We hit 490, guys. We're 10 away from the 500 mark. We hit it the other night, but then I don't know what happened. 15 subscribers disappeared after I went to bed, and we were at 508, and then we went back down to like 477 or something. So you're 5 micros short at 49.29. 1, So you're short on the gold up there? 49.21? 49... 49.29. Are you talking about gold, I guess? That sounds pretty rough, bro. If you are, you're down quite a bit there, hey? 29 to 45? Did you say the right number there? 49.29? Your title says MNQ and MGC, but you're trading MES. Yeah, sorry about that. I was in this trade from like way earlier. I've been in this trade for 4 hours, so I'll try to get over to NQ if we get stopped out here. Bunch of styles. Thanks for liking the video. Thank you. Yeah, typically, just ain't right. I do trade MNQ at night because NQ moves better. But I just really liked what I was seeing on ES when I got to the charts earlier today. Had some pretty key levels there for my entry, so I went in and got it. So I got long there. That's why I'm on ES. Dang, should have went long on gold, but got burnt too many times from gold. Yeah, gold is gold when it heats up gets really hot. It can burn you real fast. It's those pullbacks, man. The pullbacks really get you. Sometimes, today doesn't really have like super pullbacks. Once it broke past 49.10, it's been pretty clean. But below 49.10, it was pretty choppy, right? So hard to like manage your trade at those lower prices down there. But once it crossed 49.10, it's been just sort of pretty tight and going higher. Yeah, it's been a long trade, Johan. I'm hoping that we're gonna get some more move higher here. Then I'll lock in at least a value area high. We can make a new high here. Start ripping up. My target is at 76 here, but we'll see. You're down 800 now, but you're going to see if it pulls back. I mean, you're at a key level here. It's got a bearish fair value gap and on the 30-minute here. I'll show you real quick anyways. So, I mean, there's not financial advice, but if you're feeling like you want to hold it, I'll show you something that might work out for you here. So on the 30-minute time frame from pre-market, or is that pre-market? Yeah, it's pre-market before Tuesday's price action there. We have a 4-hour fair value, or a 30-minute fair value gap here, bearish, that we're currently in with 10 minutes left on this candle. So obviously, I would say if you get a 30-minute closure above 49.49, I would be looking to get out of this trade, right? Since you are pretty down currently. So just keep that in mind, though. Not financial advice, but here's a little tip of what I see anyways, is I did see that this would be a nice draw on liquidity. We've gone there. Now, is it going to turn around and head lower? That's kind of the question that you're going to have to assess going forward, right? Let's get us back over here. Let's watch this ES trade here, see if it'll continue playing out in our favor. So 490 subscribers. We're only 10 away from that hallmark 500. That's awesome. I'm so stoked right now. And then as soon as that happens, I can go over to apply for their first stage of monetization, I think it is. I'll have to look into it, but yeah, you can earn monetization on, so you can kind of do some like, what is it, shopping? You can connect an online store to your YouTube, and you can get super chats, super stickers, super thanks to help engagement with community, and you can do memberships. I'm not sure that I'm going to be implementing any memberships or whatnot, but we'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can get a nice momentum push above this, 60, 68, 69 here. Yeah, 5 micros on gold is a lot. That's a lot of dollar value per point, right? $50 for every point. And as we know, gold can rip. Gold can rip. $1,200 on silver right now? Nice, Johan. That's awesome. You know what? Right? Hopefully you got some stop and profit regardless. Make sure you lock in some of that win, guaranteed. Woo! Love it. Still in. How do you interpret the bearish fair value gap on the 1 day on MNQ? Let me see here. Let's switch over to NQ real quick. And let's go to the 1 day daily chart. There's a fair, oh. Well, that could be definitely a draw on liquidity. I mean, whether or not we're going to get there today, hard to say. If we can get above previous day high, I don't see why we wouldn't get there. But typically, like, this is going to be some sort of draw on liquidity. Now, if you're like a long-term holder, I mean, which it's pretty hard to hold that long for, futures trading, day trading kind of stuff. But, I mean, there's a good chance we could get there. I don't see why not. And then typically, if you're not in a long to get to that point, I would be looking for a nice reaction to maybe short it for another leg lower. We've been pretty bearish now for a while. Let's actually adjust this trend line. Looks like we got a Tory tan line here that looks pretty solid, which kind of lines up with this daily fair value gap. So this could be another little bounce here into this area and then reject to head lower. So typically you'd be looking for a rejection on the daily fair value gap. So I mean, the way I've learned about it, I don't really watch daily fair value gaps, but the higher the time frame, the stronger it's probably going to be, from my experience anyways. So like a 3 minute isn't as strong as a 5, isn't as strong as a 15 or an hour or 4 hour. So obviously a day is going to be a little stronger. But the problem is, for you to get an inversion of this fair value gap, you got to wait for the daily candle close, right? So if you're looking for an inversion, like if you're, if maybe you want to put your stop above this, you got to wait for that candle to like close for it to be an inversion, right? So that's the only downfall. The higher the time frame is, the longer you might have to wait for it to close, kind of idea. So how do you hold winners longer? I get a little win and sell faster than Ninja. Yeah, it is a challenge and it's not easy. So one thing that I like to do personally, which helps me hold some of these trades longer, is if you can get in on, like say 3 micros or even 2 micros, right? Sell part of your position and then put your stop to break even and just let it run. You might leave a little money on the table. If you have intraday trailing drawdown, it's not the best idea to do that, right? You should be just kind of like locking in your wins and getting out. But if you have end of day trailing drawdown, sometimes you can leave like a single micro like I did today and, you know, end up collecting, you know, an extra $100 rather than closing it out at like $20 per contract kind of, or $40 per contract or whatever, right? So that's how I like to do it, is I'll scale out of my position as it's winning and then just bring my stop to break even and let it run. And then as it's running, if it starts, you know, if it continues going into profit, then just bring your stop up to the next sort of like key level where you'd want to be out if it pulls back. And that's kind of, you know, what I've done on this trade anyways. So yeah, so I entered long. Shoot, I keep moving this guy here. So I entered long way back here with 2 micros right down at this level here. We bounced up. We had a pullback. There was a bullish fair value gap. I actually added 1 contract right in this area. Bounced up again, rejected off of sort of the point of control here. Pulled back more. I ended up having another fair value gap. I think it was on the 2 minute or the 1 minute. Added some more there. Added some more on the low here as we touched the trend line that I had in place. Added 1 more here at the previous day VWAP. So added into this position, just got a slightly lower price because my original price was here at like 51. Brought it up a little bit with this add and then sort of like brought it back. So my average price didn't really change very much, but I found that we were finding support. Anyways, price moved up, and then as we started getting back to the point of control, I started scaling out, right? So I scaled out some right at the point of control. I scaled out a little bit more higher, we got a pretty strong pullback. So I took 1 more out there. And then at this point, I had 1 contract left. So I put my stop sort of below this previous structure low. And then as we bounced higher here, I brought my stop up. As we went higher, I brought my stop up. As we went higher, I brought my stop up again. Here we are above an inverted fair value gap. So that's kind of a good way that you can hold your trades longer, right? And who cares what happens on your last contract, right? As long as you're locking it in profit, maybe you're gonna not capitalize fully on it, but if you let it run like the way I did this one, like look, it's up $100 on one micro, right? Whereas, you know, I sold the 6 other ones in this area, key area, lock in the profit, protect the rest of your trade, and just try to leave a runner. And that's a good way to sort of practice, you know, being in the trade a bit longer. Thanks for the knowledge, learning fair value gaps because of you. Okay, nice. Yeah, you know, I really like them for entries, right? If you can find, you know, a little bit higher time frames for entries, and then also for like support, or if it's going to continue, right? So this one was a bearish fair value gap here, this guy, and it got inverted on this candle that closed up here, right? So once this candle closed, it went from an orange color to a yellow color because I just changed the color. And I was expecting continuation because of that. And sure enough, we got it, right? So yeah, fair value gaps are definitely pretty good. On continuation though, we haven't really been tapping them very much. So it's hard to get in on these longs through here. This was the only one really there that we got some pullbacks where you could have got long. It also had the overnight VWAP there, that red line, which lined up in there. So on this pullback could have been some really nice entries. I almost added to it actually right here. I was thinking about it. I was a little slow and it bounced up and it took off on me. So here we are. Just trying to be patient. $491 guys, 9 subscribers away from our big goal on the day. We got a good trade going on. We got the subscribers coming in. We got 40 people watching right now and 19 likes. Thanks so much, everybody. Joey Crypto. Oh, good looking trade. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you there, Joey. Thanks for the knowledge, learning, fair value gaps because of me. I appreciate that. Also, there, Will. And a bunch of styles. I think, yeah, I already talked about this. So that's kind of my recommendation is if you can be in on, multiple contracts, as long as it's within your risk profile parameters, whatever, scale out and leave a runner. It's a good way to help yourself hold. Now, had I held all 7 of these contracts all the way up here, oh damn, that would have been beautiful. But I'm not that. I don't have that much, that big of gonads, because that would be 20 points. So that's 100 times. That would be $700 in this trade right now. So scaling out and leaving a runner is good, right? So I'm thinking I'm gonna move my TP up here to value area high now that we're starting to push a little bit higher here. Locking in a little bit more. I didn't want to get taken out on that pullback, and we didn't, so that's good. If we start getting a little bit more of a momentum here, I might have to be a little more aggressive on this TP. So we're currently up 103 on this runner. So basically between these other micros, I was up about 170. Yeah, 170. And we're currently up 100 on this last contract. So as I closed these ones, we were up like around 170 after I closed these. And then now we got a whole $100 more on one micro just because we left it and just trailed our stop. Should have kept 2. Should have kept 2 contracts. But hey guys, I'll be right back here. Hopefully I don't get stopped out while I go away here for a minute. But see you guys back in a minute or 2 here. Enjoy the fireplace. Well, looks like I didn't miss anything, guys, except for this trade is going into the profit real nice here. All right, I think I'm going to bring my stop up here. I'm going to get aggressive on this, guys. We're getting so close to the TP here. I don't want to be a dick for a tick. You know, the good old saying here. We also have this, actually going to pull this down right there. We can tap into this fair value gap here. Might get out. Might pull back on me here, but that's all good. I'm pretty happy with this trade so far. Up 117 right now on this last contract. It's going to be $280, 280-ish winner, 275 maybe. Looks like I missed some chats here. Sorry guys, I've been away for a minute. So I just got in. I heard him say hopefully he doesn't get stopped out. What was his entry? Should have gotten evals tonight because a similar trade, but sim account. Oh damn. Yeah. He already closed 6 and has 1 runner. Apex has 90% sale off. Nice. Yeah, they do right now. You in, Joe? Thanks. You know, if that includes the activation special, I think that there is an activation fee. I'm not sure though, but I didn't see the 1-day special as a part of it. Gotcha. Oh, you're in NQ is looking identical. Yeah, I would have been in NQ typically also, but I liked what I saw on ES earlier, and I started this trade like 4 hours ago. So moving stops to 68, 67, 75. Looks like we're gonna get tagged out here, guys. Let's see, full TP or what? Come on, give it to me. Whoa, we got it. Nice, nice. Full TP hit there on that last contract. Beautiful. 291 in this account here. That was a nice trade. Whew. Watch now, it's just gonna keep going all the way up, right? Previous day high. Should have been patient. Should have been more patient here, guys. But thanks, Alefiando. Very nice, very nice. Got out your silver, 1,500. Wow. I'd gotten in before seeing the stream. Seems like a cool, chill dude. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Joey. Yeah, appreciate that. Now what are we going to do, guys? Now after I had a trade like that, what am I supposed to do? So 495 subscribers now. We're only 5 away from our 500 goal. I apologize if I'm going to be eating on stream here. It's dinner time for me. Hopefully, whoever was in that gold short, looking like you probably should be out of that trade. Cut your losses. Let's see this. Let's go back to the gold here on the 30-minute. Did we get a? Yeah, we got a closure. We inverted this fair value gap, guys. So, I don't remember exactly who was in that gold short, but bro, sorry about that, Mango. It's Mango. Yeah, I am Canadian, eh? Shad SFC. Greetings from Baja. Wow. How's the weather in Baja? Bro, Donkadonk bought options for 110, sold them for 20. Wow. Nice. AG Trader. Hey, how do you use Bookmap in my trading? Bookmap? I use it for targets, right? And general bias. Like, look at that, guys. Actually, I probably sold that early, hey? Still. Like, we still have orders at 80, 85, 90, 95, and 900. So, this is Bookmap. This is ES, right? Typically, wherever there's more orders, like more color, more orders, price is going to be drawn to that. It's kind of like liquidity. So, price likes to go to liquidity. So, it's never a guarantee, obviously, one tweet or one big move. But, yeah, so that's kind of where, like, as you can see here, we're even looking still like we're going to go higher with this many orders above. I mean, it's not financial advice, but how do you gauge bias with Bookmap? I don't really necessarily gauge bias with it. I mean, I guess it gives me another confluence to go along with my ideas, right? So I'll just show you in this trade like what my ideas were here, right? So we pulled back here to a key level, this over our previous day's VWAP, right? That gave me, and I had this trend line that I had drawn here for quite some time. We were getting pretty close. Actually, I had the trend line in a slightly different position earlier. So that's kind of why I entered here. I had a trend line plus this VWAP plus the 200 EMA was pretty close. So it kind of made me feel like it was going to be a strong bounce area. So I entered along there. I ended up getting a bounce here, added in a pullback, whatnot. But the Bookmap was saying that we had orders above when I look back, or if I could go back, I can't. But Bookmap showed that it had orders above, right? So between that, that we're holding these levels, we have orders above. We're, there's a nice fair value gap below as protection. So I scaled into the position here, ended up selling out as we were taking the point of control. But yeah, I usually use it for targets. So like if it has more orders above, typically price wants to go above. And obviously if there's more targets below, if there's a lot of orders below. Sorry, I got a dog hair in my mouth. Where in CA? I'm in Vancouver, Canada area. So I'm kind of like 40 minutes outside of Vancouver, BC. It's a 3-week trade. Yeah. Really? Was that your option trade that you're talking about? Was that? Do you think we'll blast through the 5-minute bearish for value gap or bounce? When was that? 8:44. I think, are you asking about this fair value gap? This is why I took profits at this level, just because, I mean, we are getting pretty close to the top of this previous structure. So will we go through? I don't know. It's pretty hard to say. Did we have a higher time frame one here? No real higher time frame one there. Daily is way above. No 15-minute. So hard to say if this is the one you're talking about. I know, hard to say at this point, right? That was kind of like my last target. I was eyeballing previous day high. We might end up getting there, but we closed that trade right there. Let's switch up these tunes here. Did I miss anything else? I should go to bed, but I'm on gold in a fair value gap. Greetings from Baja. I saw that already. Canadian. Oh yeah, bro said, bro Donkadonk said he bought those contracts. So those are the contracts that you've had for a while, hey? Nice. Okay. You guys gifted us a cold front, Shad SFC. Okay, we got a cold front from Canada down to to Washington, or what? How do I gauge bias with? Oh, I already answered that. The 51st state, right? Yeah. I thought USA was going to turn to the 11th province for Canada, not the 51st state. I thought you guys were going to join Canada. No. Name it BST. Hi from Montreal. Hey, welcome to the stream. Liked your analysis and glad you took the nice TP. Yeah, appreciate that. Thanks. Yeah, it just looked like a smart place to close out the trade, right? I'm just going to make sure I hit market all, exit market, cancel all. Make sure I'm fully out. So Baja. Oh, you're in the Baja. Gotcha. I prefer the 11th province. Trust me. I don't know, dude. Our economy's not doing that great right now, but if the US could join us, that would be savage for our economy, I think. I might have to feed Ralph here, guys. One sec. I'll introduce you guys to Ralph. There's Ralph, everybody. What's up? Say hi, Ralph. Say hi. My 10-year-old French bulldog. He's living the dream as much as he can. This guy. All right, I'm mostly back. I just got to give Ralph his dinner, so give me about another 2 minutes or so. It's dinner time over here for everybody. Empty bowl. My apologies. All right, I gotta get caught up in the chat here. Welcome to Canada. We don't have orange, dude. LOL. Name Namit BST. Cool. Hi. Like Ralphie from A Christmas Story. Yeah, kind of. Hey. 840 has been yesterday's Asia high. MNQ probably will do a bull flag here. Yesterday's Asia high. Yes, you're right. And we did flag out yesterday at this price. Kind of flagging out here on ES also. Right below this bearish fair value gap. Okay, well, hey, since most of you guys I think are trading NQ, let's we'll switch over to NQ and start monitoring that instead. Let's go with the big contracts on the NQ. Yeah, we'll go with the big contracts here on NQ. Really nice move here on NQ also. Anyone who might have been long. Whew. So we do have this 5-minute bearish fair value gap and another above. But I mean, the way that we've been looking, I mean, I don't see why we're not at least going to hit value area high here at 863. So yeah, yeah, I did close my swing trade. I got taken out. My last contract was up here at 68.74.75. I decided to close it right at the bottom of this fair value gap because I was just, in case it rejected off of this, I was like, I'm happy with that. $497, guys. 3 more subscribers and we're there. We're right at that 500 level. Thank you to anyone who is a new subscriber. We also have 24 likes on the stream so far. Pretty awesome. 38 people in the channel. Appreciate all you guys being here. Thanks for commenting and everything. I'm going to do a quick poll here in the chat. Let's see if we can't see how everybody's doing here. Green, red, or flat? All right, just set up a poll there, guys. It's totally anonymous, so if you want to put in there how you're doing on the day, on the evening, and yeah, no need to put a fake thing on there. If you are just curious to see how we're doing overall. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Yeah, I'll keep looking here. I might take another trade. We'll see. I might be done, but I might take another trade. I'll have to be patient. Maybe we'll be looking for sort of a reversal at this point or somewhere here. So I'll be patient for now. I'd probably want to see some sort of inverted fair value gap with some volume and momentum for a trade, maybe back towards the point of control. But at the moment, I don't have anything planned. I'm red by 104, trying to convert during New York. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, no rush, right? Sometimes that's pretty easy to recover too, right? Life is good. Still holding a runner from 24/7/42. Nice. So did you get in on this fair value gap retest here? Or we pulled back into this bullish fair value gap? That's kind of lining up with your price here. 272. 742, sorry. Dipped into this fair value gap twice. I'm green 120 on a eval 50k apex. Nice. Damn it. Congrats. Don't know why you're short in ES, but it's not making you feel bad so far. I mean, the only thing I would say is, this could be a bull flag forming, right? Let's go back to ES, sorry. It's kind of forming a bull flag, right? Typically price kind of doing this, right? This is like our flagpole, and then now it's kind of like forming the flag, right? So typically these are gonna play around in here, and then more often than not, are going to break out to the upside. Not to say you can't, you know, get a nice pullback maybe into this 71 or even deeper before we break out, because sometimes they'll manipulate the bottom before they break out. But I would just think that, you know, the longs are still in play until it tells us not, right? So be safe on that trade though. Playing really small. Nice hold. Thanks, brother. Very good. Got my level there. Previous point of control. Good night, traders. Good luck tomorrow. All right, Justin, right. See you tomorrow if I do. If not, have a great day. Nate and Q. Do you have an Apex code? If so, what is it? You know what? I don't, unfortunately. I only have Top 1 Futures and Lucid. I never actually applied for Apex. I applied for Take Profit Trader, and I didn't get it. I think I need to be over 500 subscribers. So, but yeah, it's something I should probably look at getting is try to apply for the Apex one. Maybe after we hit 500 subscribers tonight, they'll take me a little more seriously. But I appreciate your thought, just thinking about giving me a discount code there, bro. I appreciate that. $498 subscribers. We got 2 subscribers away from that huge milestone of 500. It feels like just a month ago we were at 100. So how's our poll going? Looks like we're 83% green, 17% red, and 0 flats. So everybody's been taking trades. We only have 12 votes, but hey, good to see the majority of everybody's red or green here. Sorry, not red. Seems like I'm always eating dinner on stream at these nighttime sessions, so my apologies, guys. I am curious to see if we're gonna get higher, like if we're gonna break out higher here. Like I said, we might get a pullback into this fair value gap before we go higher, but you know, all things are still saying bulls are in play. The 9 EMA and the 21 EMA here, they're angled up and they're spread apart nicely. So it's hard to say that it's going to be rolling over just yet. Yeah, the 5-minute ES long on VWAP there. This guy right here. Yeah, and it was lined up with a bullish fair value gap. I almost added on this pullback. I really should have. That's too bad, because then we would have kind of almost doubled our profits on this last contract. Good night, bro. I'm done for tonight. Congrats and good luck on your trading. Hey, thanks, Namit. Appreciate that. Nice to meet you. And yeah, have a good night. I hate such zombie rallies in ESNQ. Yeah, it sucks when it's a zombie rally if you're not in on it early, right? Because, you know, every time it could be like the end of the run, and then that's going to be obviously the time that you get in, and then it's going to decide to roll over, right? That's just how it always seems to work. But yeah, I was in way early, like 4 hours ago before this. So how long was this trade? It was so 15:55 to 20:45. Almost 5 hours, guys. That trade. It was almost a 5-hour trade. I even had a nap. I had a nap, guys, during this trade. Can you believe it? After I scaled out here, I put my stop to break even. I went for a 30-minute nap. And I came back. It was still going. Oh, Sinister. What did I missed what you said earlier. Did you say scroll up here, did I miss something? I don't see your message. Oh, you answered wrong. You thought it was asking where we thought it was heading. Oh, okay, gotcha. On the poll. That's all good. Well, that's good news though. At least you're green on your. Congrats on being green on the day night. This long was 1.5 points away from my 100-point personal goal. Seems like it won't. It wants to take you out. Really? Are you? You're on obviously on a NQ, right? I mean, might have a bull. We're kind of forming a bull flag here. We're on previous day's midnight open. Was it? Why is midnight open up there? That seems like wrong to me. I don't know why I have my midnight open price up there. That doesn't seem right to me. Where did I set it from today? Weird. I don't remember setting it. So. Where's 2100 here? So this is actually the actual current midnight open price. So never mind this this line here earlier. But yeah, it looks like we're flagging here. Finding a little bit of support on this trend line with this bullish fair value gap. $499. Raise the roof. Raise the roof. One subscriber away from TP here. It looks so much cooler on the 15-minute. Oh wow, yeah, it does look pretty awesome there, doesn't it? Green bar after green bar here. Yeah, I figured that out, Sinister, but it's all good. You brought it up from 17% to 27% in red, so we know it's actually 17% or less actually, and higher on the other one, on the green. Yes, I'm in Canada. Yeah, I'm in British Columbia, near Vancouver. I'm about like 40 minutes drive from Vancouver. Like it's taking a rest rather than stalling. Yeah, it's just looking at the 5-minute here, right? We're just consolidating here. They're just building up the gusto, hopefully to continue up to this value area high, and maybe even sweep the highs up here, right? Because you know, anyone who is short up here, they're gonna have their stops around this area, so they might want to go take them out, right? Do I have anything about map and 24,884? At 885, it looks like there's some orders there. It's not too huge. Let's look at MNQ actually. 880. So 886 it looks like has $887 or 888 and 890, sorry. 888, 24,890 and 24,887. And also some at 880. Nice little buy volume there. Looks like we might be getting a breakout here. 74 contracts they bought at 835 as they push through this level here. I mean, I wouldn't be going long right now because you'd be buying the top, but if you were long in these pullbacks, that's not a bad place to be right now. Now, if this decides not to go, it might play around a little bit longer here. I do like how we kind of dipped sort of right to this fair value gap and also sort of held the trend line. We'll have to see if we get some more momentum here. Looks like ES is going up more. I was like wondering if I sold the top, but it doesn't look like it. We're a little bit into this fair value gap now. Oh, you've been there a lot? Your business partner lives in Coquitlam? Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's not far from me. That's it's like a 30-minute drive from here. So if you know where Maple Ridge is, I'm in Mission, and then Mission is just after Maple Ridge. So it's like Coquitlam, Maple Ridge, and then Mission. And then if you go across the bridge, then there's Abbotsford. Bro, Donk, I don't run the 14 EMA, but I do have the 9, and it, you know, the 9's also got some respect there. Used to stay at the Weston Bayshore all the time at Bay and Stanley Park. Nice. Oh, really? Yeah, I spent so much time at the Roxy too, bro. So I probably maybe... When did you used to go there? Because I used to go there, you know, like 10-ish, 10, 15 years ago. And I was there. We were there. Me and my friends were there all the time too. So Tushant MS. Cheers, man. I go there every year to pick cherries in the Okanagan. Yeah, the fruit in the Okanagan's so good, especially if you want to get that in-person picking experience. Or do you go to work, or you just go to pick your own? Because I know that a lot of people go there to work too. Market Butcher, best put some respect on my 9. No, I mean, I know people. Lots of people use a 14, and it's a good level too, right? So, oh, you go to work, nice. Yeah, they have a lot of like seasonal work, obviously, out there. So that can be a lot of fun. Lots of wine, lots of friends, lots of stuff to do, right? And it's like hot, enjoyable, sunny weather. I think you probably got to be up pretty early though, hey, for that. So, DI, what's up? Welcome. We're still at 499 subscribers, guys. Is there not one of you guys that aren't subscribed in the channel right now? You can just hit that button real quick. Is it real quick? Subscribe. 27 likes. Currently 51 people watching the stream right now. Thank you to everybody who is here. Yeah, Roxy was that was fun. It's a beautiful place. Yeah, we wake up at 5 a.m. start at 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Yeah, that makes sense because it's so hot during the day. If you can be doing a night shift, that makes sense. So obviously you have to wear a headlamp. Was too drunk at Roxy to remember a lot of it. Nice. Yeah, we used to I used to go with, you know, a group of like 6 to 8 guys usually. So we would like, because we were coming from Surrey, we would rent a limo and take the limo all the way out there and just have a good time, and then, you know, not have to worry. And it's like the same cost as taxis, but because we had so many people, we just go with the limo, right? And then it gets a ride home and gets dropped off. So it's pretty awesome. Love it. Oh, I see we hit 500. Woo, thank you. Oh, you worked in pro hockey, so you came to play the Canucks. Nice. AG Trader, you'll be my 50th, 500 sub. Nice. There we go. Thank you. I'm gonna post in the Discord that AG Trader underscore or is a hyphen? Yeah. I just feel like it was a few days ago, like when we had our 400th subscriber, and I posted about that too in the Discord. I forget who. Dube Monkey was here today too. He was our 400th subscriber. That was just like on February 10th. So it's been a week and we put on 100 subscribers, guys. So I appreciate all you guys that are sending love to the channel, giving us that support. That's so awesome. You guys rock. I better submit to apply for while I have the subscribers. Hey, dude, monkey. Oh, there's Kathir. Hey, Kathir, how you doing? Good evening. No, I start streaming at 10 p.m. East Coast on the evening streams. Nine EMA is still long. Nice, Wayne. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I usually, there's so many bigger traders that I was starting the stream at 6 p.m. East Coast, and then I just had like nobody really showing up in the stream until like around, so that would be around like 11 or 12 East Coast. 12, 10, 11, 10, 9. Yeah. So I just decided to move my stream time to 7 p.m. my time, which is 10 p.m. East Coast. And usually by, hour and a half later is when people start coming in from other streams, right? So I'm just been trying to carve out my own sort of like time niche of getting viewers. So it seems to be working pretty good. So typically I'm live on Sundays, but I get live at 7 p.m. East Coast. And then on Monday to Friday, if I do a nighttime stream, usually Tuesdays and Thursday nights, is 10 p.m. East Coast. So I am here earlier on Sundays, but Tuesday and Thursday I usually start later. Kathir, yeah, definitely share that. I'd love to see it. I think, aren't you in the Discord? You can always share it there if you want, if it's easier. I thought you joined the Discord, right? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you're welcome to toss it in the Discord. There's general chat or anywhere. You'll DM me on Discord? Nice. Okay, sounds good. Sinister Scalper says, new to prop trading. Quick question. Opened a new account tonight, post that 4 to 6 break they take, but none of my totals are showing up on my account. Thought they're supposed to show up after midnight. Which prop firm are you using, Sinister? And depending on which prop firm, some of their some of their dashboards don't update right away. So depends on which prop firm you're trading, and then some of them don't update live, where some of them do. A couple of naughty words in there. Is that fine? Yeah, of course. I won't be scared away from some bad words. Just don't send me a link though. Hopefully it's just a poem. I don't want to get let me see. Oh, there we go. Okay. Is it something that I can read on the stream, or do you want me to keep it to myself? Yeah, I do remember that 10-minute rule thing, yes? You can do whatever you want, LOL? Okay. I don't care. All right. Yeah, Lucid updates instantly. Top Step 2, My Funded doesn't. Take Profit Trader doesn't. So it kind of depends on who your brokerage is with their Sinister Scalper. Was wrong about that rule. It says 2% risk limit, same direction, open within 10-minute counts as same trade, so it's fine. Okay. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I hope you do get the payout. So you must be pretty close to that payout then, and congratulations. Very cool. I just wanted to read your poem here before I actually say it, so I know what I'm reading here. Their customer service says it will update at midnight. Still waiting. Interesting. Yeah, I can't request a payout yet because a consistency rule. Yeah, that's always a nail in the side. That's the annoying part about that consistency, right? My short entry was 73. 73 on gold, or no, not gold. Oh, on ES. You're still alive. You're still alive. Okay, guys, I'm gonna read you guys Kathir's poem. It's pretty awesome, actually. Quite the poem. So, Wall Street buzzes with trades, and the poor man takes a step towards greatness. Years before, he scoured the internet for litters of knowledge left in secret. Before he was a shell of a man, before left by everyone. His girlfriend, I can't believe I ever kissed you once. Friends, too obsessed, bro. Siblings, did mom and dad really raise you? Mom and dad have been harassing him, hiring crackheads with money to remind him of how much of a wreck his life is, or wreck he is. The young man doesn't give a shit. All to drive the passion locked behind his heart. The sentence locked behind his mind every second. The candlesticks have never lied to him. The NPCs scream at the computers, red in their faces. Buy, sell. Institutions looking above like shadows. Hedge funds and HFTs, high frequency traders, pull the strings on retail like puppets. The young man places a trade. 500 times leverage. Reverse, balance, 500. Reverse, balance. 1,214,124 Reverse, balance. Some huge number. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 233,841,341 something thousands, billions. Institutions panic. Hedge funds start emailing their apologies. High frequency traders laid off their workers. The stock market pauses. Government mandated. Too late. Companies of the S&P file for bankruptcy, and the higher court passes laws so that this will never happen again, so that no man will have the same grin on his face as he did again. That's quite the poem there, bro. That's really impressive. Very nice. Oh, you don't want to trade now until you know exactly where you stand? But also to open an account on Apex but no idea what wealth chart is versus other type. Did you pick wealth charts? Because wealth charts is another platform. Hey, you said it was okay. I hope that that it didn't come across wrong. I tried to read it as good as I could here. These streams really help because I got no trading friends. Yeah, I mean that's a big part about having community, right? So if you can have the community to like talk to people and chat and find some stuff, some information and just hanging out makes life way better, right? So you're good, bro. I got no friends at all, bro. Donkadonk. You have too strong of opinions or what? Edward B911, does ICT rely heavily on fair value gaps? Yeah, I mean it does they do have a lot of fair value. They do use fair value gaps for sure. I get lost in the charts going lower time frames. What do you think? I might just stick to the 1 hour and above. Trading the 1 hour and above, it's good to look for levels and, pivot points and stuff like that. But if you want to try to trade the 1 hour chart, it's not ideal, right? So what you might want to do is look at the 1 hour, look at the 15, and then trade on like the 5, or trade on the 5 or the 15. Those are a little bit better of a time frame because there are some nuances you won't be able to see in the 1 hour chart, right? But the 1 hour chart will give you clear targets for highs and lows, or really strong fair value gaps if that's your thing. So keep that in mind. Start on the 1, maybe look at the 15 also, and then trade on the 5. Or you can go to the 15, but I don't even really like the 15. I like to go flip back and forth between the 5 and the 15. And then if you get into a winning trade, maybe go down to the 2-minute, and you can manage your trade a little bit easier on a lower time frame if you're in profit, right? I did pick Wealth, but had no clue what the fuck it was. Yeah, so Wealth Charts is another platform, right? So you should have probably either picked Tradeovate or Ninja Trader. I think are probably the 2 best accounts. No trading experience. NT would probably confuse the F out of NT. Oh, Ninja Trader. Okay, sorry. I don't know about Wealth Charts though. Wealth Charts offers copy trading with brackets. Oh, that's nice. Tradeovate currently does not. Some fills are off, but overall it works okay. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, Nate. Can't be bad. Just go with it. I didn't even see those as choices. I have both of them already. Okay, interesting. Well, hey, having a third provider isn't a bad thing, because sometimes Tradeovate goes down. Rarely, but it has lately. And then sometimes Project X goes down. So if you have that could also, right? So all right, guys. So I submitted in YouTube Studio to be the first stage of monetization. So it's it's kind of like I can get super chats and whatnot like that, but it says it takes some time to get approval for that. Let's switch up these tombs here, guys. Let's see here. I've been checking out Motive Wave. It's pretty snappy. I like how the copy trading is on it. Lone Wolf Blue, hey, welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen your name before, but thanks for the info. I haven't seen Motive Wave either, so I'll have to do a little research on that guy. Hey, there's Fasil. Good evening. There he is. And you have a personal account with AMP. Yeah, AMP. I heard AMP is good. Is futures easier than Forex? I'm not allowed to trade futures in my country, even in props. You know, I don't have experience with Forex, so I can't really speak to that. But there's some things that I do know about futures that I think are good. Something that's good for you as a futures trader. So it's centralized, right? So there's no dark pools or weird places orders can come. They all go through CME or CBOE, depending on which one. And so then when you have something like Bookmap or Level 2, you can actually see all the orders, and there's no like secret hidden orders. And from my understanding, Forex has some like hidden orders that you can't really necessarily see, where they just kind of are in a dark pool or something like that. I heard this. I don't know if I'm 100% correct because I don't trade Forex, but all the guys that I started learning trading from, they were all Forex traders before. And when prop firms and futures came, they all moved away from Forex to futures because it's better. It's a better asset. So you only have to watch, you know, maybe 2 or 3 charts, and you can basically keep an eye on the whole market, right? So for myself, I'll trade ES, NQ, YM, and GC, which is, you know, gold. So I only have to watch 4 contracts. Typically, I don't trade gold during the New York session, only at evenings. And so I'll be looking at, you know, YM, ES, NQ, and YM now for anyone. So I feel like it's better in a lot of senses, right? And then the fact that you can, you know, use prop firms, it's only shut down for 1 hour or 2 hours out of the day. So it gives you a lot of flexibility on when you can trade, right? Also, which is also really killer. Hey guys, 512 subscribers now? Where did the 12 subscribers come from? You guys rock. Thank you so much. Plus 40 likes. Yeah, sorry that you can't trade those. Yeah, if you could trade futures, I would say it's definitely a good way to go. Wow, just taking a look back here at NQ here, I haven't been watching much. We sort of rejected out of this bearish fair value gap here at 845, just before that key level 850. I don't think you're not out of the woods, or like the longs aren't dead yet. We're still flirting with this trend line, and we still have this 820 fair value gap for a potential move higher. So this could actually end up being, you know, we'll have to see how this plays out, but could even think about trying a long here in the 24,820 area if we get a pullback into there. See how it goes. What time do we got? 9:45. I do have to get up tomorrow morning to trade, guys, but we'll see. I'll try to stay on as long as possible here. $80 viewers in the stream right now. Thanks so much, everybody. Good to see ya. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. appreciate all the love and support. We got 512 subscribers, so we put on a good. We're at 57, 67, 67. No, we're at 87, 487. So 13, 20, 26 subscribers tonight. Thank you so much, everybody. You guys rock. Lately, I've been trading silver. Love it. Nice, Lone Wolf. Yeah. I mean, you can make a lot of money real fast. Oh, it says it's invalid. Here, let me get you a new link here. Sometimes those links change. So I'll link it into the chat here. Yeah, as long as you're in the right direction, right, Lone Wolf, you can make a ton of money on silver. It's just, I find that the spreads can be pretty big, and that kind of makes me shy away from it. But sometimes when I'm looking at it and I see that the spread's nice and tight, I'll consider taking a trade during that time. But when the spread's really spread apart, it's a little scary. You can enter in and be down, $60 or $100 like right out of the entry. So. And then make sure you put those market or limit orders if you're going to try to get in, right, is the best. So, hey, no problem, Paul. Paul Vasquez, I don't know if I've seen you here before, but welcome. You always buy the bid? Yeah, I typically like to buy the bid too on most of my trades. You just feel like you get that slightly better price, right? Sometimes my orders get left behind. But, usually if it gets left behind, I just close it and think about trying again new. So brand new. Okay. Hey, thanks for tuning in, and appreciate you joining in if you jump in on the Discord there. Redbirds and Razorbacks or what? Welcome. I think Quant Tower is bulletproof. I can't remember the last time it was down, and I've been on it for years. Mike Hawk said, all right. Hey, Mike Hawk. You know what? I've been seeing some people trading with Quant Tower, and I really like it. It looks like an awesome platform. And, if I do ever buy an account somewhere where I get the chance to get into that, I'm definitely going to try Quant Tower. It's on my list of tries. I haven't tried NinjaTrader yet either. So far, I basically used Project X and Tradeovate, and then you can link your Tradeovate to your trading view. But I don't really like putting my executions through trading view. It tends to lag a little bit, but I don't mind it. Whenever I miss it, I just say there's always another opportunity. Don't sweat it. Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I'll hit that buy bid and it just gets left in the dust as your price is going up, but it is okay. You started with NinjaTrader, went to Quant Tower, now trying Motive Wave. All right. Yeah, I'll have to check out Quant Tower and Motive Wave in the future here. I don't love Tradeovate because you can, if you don't hit cancel all, exit all, whatever, you could easily get an order left, and you can blow an account like that, right? So from what I've seen, Quant Tower is good. Yeah, I've seen lots of good, a number of traders that are live on YouTube that use that. So most, Wes Evergate, maybe some of you guys have seen him. He's a really solid trader, and he uses Quant Tower, and I like how it's kind of got its own little bookmap thing. You have to pay for it, but kind of like get it all bundled together. So it's pretty good. Waka. Can you, gold is going down. Can you share max settings or what you look for exactly? Sure. Okay, so we'll just do NQ here since we're on it. So I kind of adjust, I don't know if you can see here, but you can adjust your sliders here to give a little more color, a little less color. I usually do the color one, the brightness a little bit to the top side, so it's a little darker. And then down here, you can, this other one increases the, what's it called here? The volume dot size. So I usually keep that one a little bit smaller. I don't like to have huge volume dots. Other than that, what I like to do, I got my color spectrum a little bit in the yellowy area. So you can kind of like darken it or brighten it. So I put it sort of in the yellow area. But other than that, the only thing that I've done is I go to my studies here and you go to the volume dots. So for NQ, I put the minimum displayed volume at 40 and the minimum trade size at 10. And that'll just reduce the amount of volume or the dots that show up on your screen. And it only shows it when there's like large orders. So that just helps give you an idea of like where the buyers and sellers are. Maybe there's a big seller, price bounces up, so they totally got absorbed. So you can look at it two ways, right? If they're buying it and it's going up past there, then the buyers are sort of in control. But if it's, if there's a big seller and the price goes up, then the sellers are getting absorbed, so it's also bullish, right? So that's kind of how I apply that. So I set it to 40 and 10 for NQ, and for ES, I set it to, I think it's 50 and 10, right? And then that just keeps the amount of volume balls down. And then, like I said, it gives you a better indication of what is showing on the chart, because if not, you'd have like 100 volume balls everywhere. So as you can see here, we had this one earlier, 126 contracts at 68.59. Over here, 75 contracts, 68.63. Buyers seem to be in control here, right? Going higher. But other than that, I only really use Bookmap for levels, right? So as you can see right now, our current price has what I would say is slightly more orders above than below. We do have 341 contracts at 70. So this could actually be a support buyer, right? Someone who's trying to hold it up. And then we got, another 300 plus above. So these ones they're not that easy to judge the direction based off of the orders that are really close to the price. But if you start looking above, like at 85, there's 127. At 68.90, there's 121. And 6900, there's 187. So keeping that in mind, when you look lower here, there's nothing really that substantial except for 68.52, there's 147. So typically, but not guaranteed, this is kind of implying that there's a better chance it's going to go higher, because the price likes to go to where the orders are, right? To like the market movement is efficient, right? So it wants to go to where the orders are to fill those orders. So that's kind of how I use it. Now, I don't use, like, just because there's a bunch of orders on it, I don't just go long right now and just hope that it goes there, right? But if I know orders are above, then I go to the chart and I look for other confluences, right? Like, so if you're looking for, for example, if you're using a trend line, maybe your trend line lines up with your VWAP, and, maybe you got your 200 EMA or a previous day VWAP or whatnot, or a fair value gap. Once you got all those guys kind of like, take your entry based off that, and then you use the levels on Bookmap sort of for your target. And like we all know, nothing is guaranteed in trading. So just because there's targets above doesn't mean that we're going to go fill them, right? It might be later tomorrow, later in the evening, but it just helps build your overall bias on your direction and targets as to where you want price to go to sell it, right? Or to close your trades, depending if it's, you're looking at it as support or as resistance, right? So that's kind of how I use Bookmap. We do have the CVD down here, which is a cumulative volume delta. And that's just kind of telling you who's in control, right? So if it's green and it's a positive number, the buyers are in control. If it's red and a negative number, sellers are in control. If there's a lot of selling pressure, but the CVD isn't going down, maybe the buyers are fighting at that level to hold it up, and vice versa, right? So those are some key ways to look at Bookmap. But it's expensive, so it's not really worth it to everybody to have it on, as something that you use to trade. But hey, if you watch streams like mine, and you want to see, just say what's up. Say you want to see you know, what the orders look like on gold or whatever, and would gladly help you out. We are getting a pullback here into this fair value gap here, guys. Get back to NQ here. So this level here is 821. We do have a little bit of orders here at 820. We got some down at 815. So I'm gonna be patient on this guy. I don't want to enter blindly on this fair value gap. If we wick down to the 15s and we hold that, I might think about taking it along back up to the tops here. So let's just get this guy set up over here so we have something to trade. NQ, we'll do 5 contracts. So this is my 150K trading combine from Top Step. I'm up 1242 in this account. This account is target, like the full target is 159,000. I'm at 153,800. So not quite halfway, almost halfway there to that to be able to pass this combine. But look at that, we dipped into that fair value gap and bounced. So if you're looking for a little scalp here, 820, you almost got to 830 there on that little candle right there, right? So quite often, if I'm gonna be taking along, I'll be looking at the middle of the fair value gap for an entry. So we probably would have got in around 820.75, maybe 821. And then look at that, we're up, 6-7 points already. Could stick your stop up at the top of the fair value gap. Maybe this is going to go all the way back up to midnight open, then you can close it up there, right? Oh, you posted one of your screens for Motive Wave on Discord under charts. Okay, I'll check that out. Because yeah, I'm curious to see how that looks. All right, here's a little look at Motive Wave, guys. Compliments of Lone Wolf. I like it. It looks pretty cool. I like the blue background here. Looks like you got a bunch of sort of like fuel gauges on the right side. Tell you what's doing what at the moment. That's pretty cool. And you got so you got your order window there. Sell, buy, market, buy, ask, sell, ask, buy bid, sell bid, flatten all, cancel all, break even. Oh, I like that. That's always awesome. You can click a button to go break even and reverse. Yeah, I mean, I like this already because, this Trade-Evate's really lacking some of these things, right? Like break even, reverse. That'd be pretty awesome to have. And then, so if you have an like an OCO order or like a bracket order, if it hits your TP or stop, does it remove your other orders? If you can answer that for me, Lone Wolf. Just curious about that, because that's one thing I hate about Trade-Evate, right? Is if your TP gets hit and you still have a stop in there, it leaves a stop in place, right? So I'm just wondering if you have a bracket order, if your stop or your other orders get taken away. Yes, it does. Nice. Shut up and skate. I like that. What kind of skating do you do? Are you a rollerblader or skateboarder? Addicted to trading. Hi. Hey, good evening. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Jonathan Stonks. Right now, would you take along? What are you talking about? Which ticker are you talking about? But thanks for sharing that, Lone Wolf. Let's close this up here and get this off. That's pretty sweet. Good to see. NQ. I mean, it's not a horrible place for a long. We are bull flagging, but keep this in mind. We have this bullish fair value gap. We've been pulling down. We swept the highs and we pulled back pretty hard. So I would be patient to watch this fair value gap for an entry, and or like if we sweep below and bounce and we start looking bullish, maybe that could be a long. But currently right now it's kind of looking a little bit short, right? It's looking like it wants to roll over here. So with this kind of like sweep of the highs and then a big reversal like that, we might end up rolling over. But this fair value gap will be key for me to realize if we're going to be bouncing here or if we're going to start heading lower, right? So this is a 5-minute bullish fair value gap. So what we want to see is if one of these 5-minute candles closes below the fair value gap, that would say that we're probably going to move lower, and you could enter a short on a retest of the inverted fair value gap. What you could do also, if you are really confident in longs, which like I said, we are starting to look like we're possibly rolling over here. You could take a long here, put a stop sort of below. Not financial advice. I definitely think you should make your own decisions on this, but that's kind of how I would play it. Like if you can get an entry inside this fair value gap, or if you get a nice candle closure, pushing up higher, that could say longs are in play. Sorry, I had to sneeze there. Vert skateboarding. Wow, that's so crazy, dude. You skated for 15 years, still do, but not like I used to. All right, Blackout. Hey, welcome back. Hopefully you're feeling a little better than earlier. Do a kickflip, eh? Yeah. Oh, Motive Wave has some good Elliott Wave features. Interesting. Yeah, I've never really used Elliott Wave myself either. Oh, bless you. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Addicted to Trading. So we're piling on the subs tonight, guys. We're up at 517. Thank you to everybody who hit that subscribe button tonight. We were at 87 at the start of the stream, 487. So 13 and 17 is 30 subscribers tonight. Thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate that. Really, thank you for supporting the stream. And we've also hit 46 likes tonight, so that's awesome. Another cool feature is that you can place your profit and loss boxes on the chart and can select 1 profit target, 2 profit targets, or 3 profit targets. Interesting. That's pretty awesome. Nice. And Motive Wave has a free version. Tonight I started my stream 3 hours ago. So I started it at 7 p.m. my time, or 10 p.m. East Coast. So it seems like this fair value gap's holding so far. But like I said, I would be careful here, guys. We got 1 minute and 7 seconds left on this candle. Whenever I take a long in a fair value gap, right? Quite often I'll try to bring my stop into profit as it bounces, because it can bounce pretty quickly. So you can lock in some profits right away. But the rule is, if you enter on a fair value gap and then your next candle or a future candle closes below the fair value gap, like if you're trading on a 5-minute fair value gap, and the next or one of the future 5-minute fair value or candles closes below your fair value gap, that's your signal to get out, right? So quite often it'll bounce back into the fair value gap, so it'll give you a chance to get back out. That's another reason why I like fair value gaps, because if it inverts, not every time, so it's not a guarantee, but quite often I'll get an inverted fair value gap and it'll bounce back into the fair value gap. I'll get out, break even, reset, wait for another trade at a different fair value gap. Oh, you meant my first stream ever. September 2024, I think one of my very first streams ever. So let me go back. I would have to look at my YouTube channel. But yeah, it was back in September, I think is the start of September 24 when I started going live. So September, October, November, December, January, February, 6 months. Yeah, I think it was. So we're at 6 months right now. And I was at, under 100 subscribers for probably a good 2 months, 3 months maybe. And then just after I got sort of like to 150 or 200, that's when the growth started picking up. And it's actually all from evening streams. So when I first started streaming, I was pretty much live Monday to Friday for market open. But, there's so many well-known traders. Like, who wants to watch a new trader, like a new guy on the block, Monday to Friday, when, you can watch like Patrick Wheeland or, Zach Boyajian or Fit Mom, or who knows, there's a bunch, right? So is it possible to check how strong the fair value gap is using volume? I mean, you can definitely watch the fair value gap and watch the volume as it's in there. So I would say, yeah, I mean, if you're getting lots of like volume increases as the price is going back into the fair value gap, then I mean, that's definitely a little added bonus to it, right? But yeah, so for like the last 2 months or so, Sinister Scalper, I've been getting like 30 to 50 subscribers a week. So yeah, it's taken a while, but it's starting to accelerate a bit anyways. So right, LOL, yeah. So yeah, obviously if you get some increase, like some volume chunking up on the bottom here as you're in that, like look at this fair value gap did hold again. So again, like you could be aggressive and try to take your profits up at the 9 EMA, because we're currently, still in this rolling over process. So unless we can get above the 9 EMA and start getting some closures higher, there's still a pretty high risk that we're going to continue rolling over. I think these live trading sessions are helping. Nice. Yeah, I hope so. And I'm glad that you can hopefully get some value from my noobness. Yeah, I hope it only gets bigger. Next time, 1,000, right? So I'm gonna just keep grinding. I started doing more evening streams now. I was doing only Sunday night market open streams, but now I'm gonna be doing Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. So it's interesting watching the gauge panels in Motive Wave, right? That's what it's called. I'm gonna learn this lingo. Yeah, Motive Wave. Okay. Seeing which markets have the most ticks per minute. Interesting. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That'll help you like if you're watching more than one indice at once. Like for example, I like to trade YM in the early stages of the New York Open. It just likes to rip. So sometimes, I like to get in on those. It can be pretty painful sometimes, but you can also win some pretty nice trades. But yeah, it would be interesting to keep those little gas gauges there and give you a little idea as to whether the indices that you're looking at is the right one for you on that day, right? Half Guard Media, howdy. Did you mark out those fair value gaps, or is that some sort of indicator? This is an indicator. So what it is called FVG/IFVG by Nephew Sam. So you go into your indicators, just put in FVG, and it should come up at the very top one, FVG Nephew Sam here. 24K people use it. So that's the indicator, and that'll show these green bars here. So if you're interested in actually trading it, what I like to do is I'll take a little box, little rectangle box here, and I'll put my own marker over top of it. I make it, if it's a bullish, I'm gonna set it as a green, right? Like that. If it's bearish, I set it at orange. And if it's inverted, this is the more important one, I'll make it yellow. Because the only thing is, if these get inverted, if the fair value gap gets inverted from the indicator, it just erases the fair value gap. So if you mark it and make it yellow, then if it does invert it, you know, when it gets rid of it, you'll still have, you know, the box on your chart kind of idea. So right now it would be green, right? Because it's a bullish one. So I usually box it in like that. And then, like I said, if this 5-minute candle looks like it might gets a closure below the bottom of this 818 area, then this would be an inverted fair value gap. And then I would change it to a yellow color. Yeah, Top Step doesn't have it. So unfortunately, they don't, most of those Project X platforms wouldn't let you have these like community built indicators, right? So you kind of got to do it on your trading view if you're going to use it. But that being said, you can just mark it up on your, you know what I mean? Like if you're on, like this is a Top Step X, right? So as you can see the fair value gap here yourself. So you could just label it, right? Like that. This is a bullish one, put a green. Now you're waiting for, this is a 5-minute. So you could always just do this, label it with the text, say add text and go 5-minute FVG. Okay, then you know exactly what time frame it is. So I should probably put it in the middle and in the center. Okay, right? So it's looking like we might get an inversion here, but until this candle closes, it's not inverted. So quite often you'll see this, it'll sell down. I'm not saying that this is a long or a short. I'm not giving financial advice here, but quite often it'll pull down, it'll break right through the bottom of the fair value gap and then wick right up. As long as it closes inside it or above it, it's still intact. So Quantara has fair value as well. Nice, good to know. Kathir, have you seen the next pivot indicator? It's not very accurate, but it's fun to use. I have used a pivot indicator in the past. I think I have it on here. Pivot's traditional auto. So if you turn that guy on, it'll give you levels, right, as to your pivot levels here. Let's see, where are they? So here's one down here, 24,713. We got one up here, R1, 24,977. So it'll, that one gives you some pivot points, but I just put it on there. I've never really used it though. So we got 1 minute left on this candle. Let's see if they're gonna close it below. Then, like I said, this will be an inverted fair value gap. And if you were long in this fair value gap, trying to take it higher, like I mentioned, I would have probably closed the trades at these highs here. Unless, you know, once you start rejecting on the 9 EMA, that's not very good news. So I would have probably just taken my 7 or 10 points right there. But if this candle closes below, it's going to invert this fair value gap. And let's just see if we get a chance to get out inside the fair value gap. Let's just say you were long here at 821, right? We're getting the inverted fair value gap. Once this thing closes, 26 seconds, if they invert it, let's see if it bounces up into it before it goes lower. And you can kind of just do a little case study as to how this might react on the fair value gap here. I haven't found it on Motive Wave. Don't think it has it. Yeah. Well, they're pretty easy to label anyways, right? Like all you got to know is 3 candle structure, right? The top of the first candle to the bottom of the third candle. If there's a gap, that's a fair value gap. So there we go. We did get a closure there. So now what we do is we've labeled this to a yellow, right? And then if I was long in this, I'd be looking to get out here. So there we go. I'd probably close a trade right there, break even. That's just my rules, right? And that's how it'd get out. And adversely, in theory, you could take a short here to take it lower. But again, you know, it's a little risky. We're pretty bullish. We've been bullish for so long. I personally wouldn't trust this for a short right now. But you know, you could have got out there and watch the volume here and the momentum. If we start ripping, we take that 9 EMA. Might just turn into a bullish move here. So I would have got out on the long there if it, you know, because we got that closure. Like I said, let's see what happens though, if this is going to continue bouncing or if it's going to, you know, end up wicking down and reverse and head lower here. But that's a little good little case study there, guys. That's just typically my rule, right? If I had an order in here, I take a long. It bounced up. Maybe I didn't close it here, right? And then the candle closes below it. I would be looking to get out break even or slight profit if it bounces back into this fair value gap. Wipe the trade, reset, and reconsider. And that just saves you from taking bigger losses, right? So again, we're gonna have to wait for this 5-minute fair value gap to close, or the 5-minute candle to close. And if it does close back up here, then I'll just remove this fair value gap altogether. So anytime it inverts it and then it closes, it re-inverts it again, I'll just close it. Like, get rid of it. I don't give it any hold any value anymore. $519 subscribers. Yeah, boys. Thank you. You guys rock. I see what the next pivot does is look at the past to predict the future. Yeah. You know what, market? You're all right. Oh, hey, thanks, Jonathan Stocks. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. I just feel good if I can bring any kind of value. And worst case scenario, you guys could get some ASMR and listen to me eat. Give you a little applause and a screaming man there. What time do we got? We got 10:18 p.m. guys. I'm over on the West Coast, Washington State. Very nice. Yeah, so you're in the same time as I am, because I'm just above you in Vancouver, Canada area. So we're on like the same Pacific Standard Time, I guess, right? We occasionally do trader meetups. So if you join the Discord, or I'll link the Discord again, guys. If you join the Discord, you can stay in touch. And if we do we're talking about doing a trader meetup down possibly in Seattle. We did one in Vancouver before Christmas, right in December. I think it was December 10th or something in near Vancouver. But we're thinking about doing another trader meetup in Seattle at some point. So if you guys want to join the Discord there, and if you see, it's not the craziest Discord, guys. It's just basically me, and I do my best to stay, you know, answer any questions, whatever. But it's just me, so I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm a real estate agent. I run a small hobby farm, and I'm trading full time. So I'm pretty busy. I try my best to stay active as much as I can on the Trading Mindset Hub, which is the Discord. It's a free Discord, just kind of a place where you can interact with friendly friends. You can post your trades, ideas, get feedback, get support when you hit, when you take payouts, you can put it out in the payout section. We do have Coach's Corner. So if you have any questions for the coaches or mindset tips, I often post mindset tips and some trading resources. So lots of little areas. As the channel grows, hopefully we can get a little more busy. Might end up getting a moderator at some point just to keep the chat active and in control. But currently we're still pretty small. We have about 47 people in Discord, so it's pretty relatively new. But Alf ETR, welcome. We got a couple new people today. Alf DTR, we got Lone Wolf, we got Nina, Philtastic, and Redbirds and Razorbacks. So I've got some new people in there. Thanks a lot, guys. So this wasn't the best case study here, guys, because this they inverted this fair value gap. Let's look at a higher time frame here. Maybe there was a higher time frame fair value gap that was lined. There is, but it did close below it. So this is actually a 15-minute fair value gap, but we did kind of close below it. So we're not out of the woods yet on this one, right? So there's still 7.5 minutes. They might still invert this to the downside. But so far, this fair value gap has been holding if you're a buyer. Respecting H1. H1 is that a deviation band, sort of? Teddy? I do a lot with my two border collies. My youngest just got her first AKC title. Wow, really? That's so cool. Novice scent work. It's similar to law enforcement drug detection dogs. That's so cool. Oh, gotcha. 1 hour time frame. Gotcha. That's really cool. I like that lone wolf blue. Let's see this 1 hour time frame here. We're gonna go back here onto Trading View. 1 hour time frame here. Nice bullish 1 hour fair value gap there, and dipped right into the middle of that. So yeah, I see this 1 hour candle is looking really good. Kind of hard to say what we're gonna get out of this move. If are we gonna roll over, or are we just gonna keep pushing higher? We got London starting here in what? In 35 minutes. So Antoine, the Silver Surfer. Who's the Silver Surfer? I thought, isn't that somebody's name? And that's her pick? Oh, that's your profile picture is your dog? That's so awesome. I had a border collie when I was young. That's really good. Me? You're a Silver Surfer? Lone Wolf? Germany starts in 25 and London at 3 a.m. Good question here. So that's another indicator that I use here, guys. So ICT kill zones, and it marks out your sessions that you're in. So if we go back to the 5 here, See, as you can, it's kind of hard to see because I tune these boxes down a lot. But this is like Asia right here, and ended there at 9 p.m. But I thought the London one. So moving around my point of control here. I think I dropped it a little too high. I'll have to adjust that again. So here's London, and it shows at 2300, which is 11 p.m. my time, which is 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. So did you say, does it start at 2 a.m.? $3 a.m. I think it starts at 2 a.m. from this indicator. I could be wrong though. And we do have a little bit of volatility there, but this is probably 3 a.m. No. Yeah, I think it starts at 2 a.m. East Coast time. I wish I had a cat, Kathir. You like cats, eh? My other account is LWB Silver Surfer. Nice. Okay. Cool. I know that name. Right, but I think officially London 3 and Germany 2. Okay. Oh, they're pretty much pressed to death there. Okay, thanks, Joey. London pre-market starts in 35 minutes. Oh, it's pre-market. That's why. That's a pretty big volume pump at 3 a.m. due to the open. Gotcha. Good to know. See, even I'm learning stuff here, guys. Thank you. So guys, I did want to say thank you again for being subscribers, because thanks to you guys, I have officially been able to submit to earn on YouTube here. So this is my little dashboard here. I had to go through the steps to earn on YouTube. You can get some sort of AdSense. I don't get paid for ads or anything because you need to get to 1,000, but this is a first step. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who did support the stream with subscription and also the likes, because without you guys I would be dead in the water. I may be red, but I ain't dead. I forget who said that. Somebody said that in the stream yesterday. I thought it was a really cool comment. So switch accounts now. Nice. My other border collie. Oh, sweet. That one's a nice looking dog too. Very couple of handsome dog. Is it a boy and a girl? This one kind of looks like a male, but I could be wrong. Praise the Lord. My God bless you in Christ today. Thank you, Joey. I appreciate that. I'll accept any and all blessings are sent my way. I'm still working on dinner, guys. I've been so busy talking here. Your oldest is 7 and your youngest just turned 3. Nice. Ralph is 10. Let's wake Ralph up and put him on stream again here. This is my guy, Ralph. French Bulldog, 10 years old. He's an old guy. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how much longer he's going to be around, so I'm going to give him as much screen time as possible while he's still here. Love this guy. Echo and Panda, yeah, nice names. That's cool. You're getting me hungry. I could go for a chuck eye steak. Had one for first time a couple weeks ago at a cookout, and I was like, whoa, thank you, Jesus, that was a tasty treat. That sounds good, Joey. I'm actually eating a pork. I forget what it is. It's some sort of pork, but we put it in a crock pot and slow cooked it. And then I got broccoli and potatoes for veggies and carbs. So anyone who's new to the channel, if you haven't met Ralph before, yeah, that's my 10-year-old French Bulldog. He is an amazing dog. He's just so cool. I love him. He's had a pretty tough life. So you know, he has a degenerative disc disease. So unfortunately, he's gone through 2 surgeries. He got one surgery because the way that the doctor said it, his spinal cord, when it's formed, kind of wraps, and then they said it was like a cobblestone road. So basically, it didn't like close properly. And then what happened is he got an abscess of his spinal cord where it's kind of like bulging out, like the cord where the spinal fluid runs was bulging out a bit. So what they had to do is they had to cut away a little bit of the bone and then basically open a little spot in the spinal cord and let the fluid kind of come out of that area. Then they put some pigskin layer over top of it and then sewed him back up over top of that. So he was losing the use of his back leg, and this was supposed to stop it from getting worse. Did the surgery, really rough time, but he eventually made it through surgery, and his hind legs were working, but they're quite sensitive. So I had to start putting like little dog boots on him. So he had little boots, but he was still able to walk around and stuff. And then 9 months after his first surgery, he shook his head or something, and he slipped a disc in his neck. So I had to get another surgery for him. I've never seen him in so much pain. Even after the first surgery, it wasn't so bad, but when he slipped that disc in his neck, he was just in so much pain. So I took him in for a second surgery, and then after that, he recovered pretty well, but he ended up losing the use of his hind legs. So now his hind legs are lame. They have movement, but it isn't properly connected, so he doesn't use them to stand anymore, unfortunately. So now I gotta kind of like carry him to go to the bathroom, and you squeeze his bladder. Anyone who knows about any other dogs that have this type of issue, but they can't pee on their own, so you squeeze their bladder. And unfortunately, sometimes I get up in the morning and he is kind of like uncontrollably poops because he can't feel it either. So yeah, so it's been a grind. And then to top it off, for about 2 years, he was fighting pneumonia. I know it sounds like a big sob story, but it's all true. And up until about 2 months ago, he was on antibiotics to fight pneumonia, and for 2 years. And now we stopped taking antibiotics for the pneumonia. So he's a survivor. He's a fighter. So I'm just grateful to have him still. And that's Ralph's story, guys. Yeah, he's been through a lot. Yes, he has. And you know, that's a good thing about dogs is they don't know that they can't walk anymore, right? They're happy. He's happy regardless. I just know that at some point, you know, the suffering, if he suffers too much, I'm not going to be able to let him continue to suffer like that. Right now, I feel like he's still doing good. So, but you know, anything can change, right? So it is what it is. I hope he continues to be around for as long as possible. So So there we go, guys. Just looking at this fair value gap here, we're again pushing down below it. I think we looked at 15-minute, right? 15 minutes, a little bit bigger, but it did get inverted. So again, you had a chance to get out if you were long on this fair value gap, and that's one good thing I like about the fair value gaps. It does typically give you a chance to get out if you're wrong. So your BCs are numbers 7 and 8. Love the breed. Oh, really? Nice. Tekka says gold could turn lower here. Let's take a quick look at gold. It is getting pretty late here, guys. I need to wrap it up pretty soon. I gotta be up for market open tomorrow morning, and if I'm too tired, it's not gonna play out very good. Pretty happy with my exit here on ES. We did make a slightly higher high, but we would have had to have been really patient to get to that. Is it gonna roll over more? It might. Looks like we might bounce here too. Here's gold. Well, we do have an inverted fair value gap, so this could be a long potential on gold. Not financial advice, but you know, we got a bullish fair value gap and we have an inverted fair value gap all lined up right here. Let's take a look at the book real quick. Book map. We do have, you know, orders above at 54 and 56. So yeah, I mean, we could bounce here. I don't see why not. We could roll over, but could bounce here. I'd be waiting for an inversion on this fair value gap to really say the shorts are in play here. Considering how bullish we've been, we might be doing a little pullback before we go higher. So if you're thinking about going short, I would be patient to wait for 4,940.7 to be inverted with a 5-minute candle to the downside. Or sorry, this is a 30-minute chart. 15-minute here. The 30 had the inverted fair value gap, and let's see on the 5. So yeah, 49.40, 5-minute closure below 49.40 typically would say that the shorts are coming back in play. So right now, I would be careful about taking a short here. But that's just my opinion. Definitely trade your trade, not financial advice. You know? Asia booming profits. Nice, yes. Oh, Asia's booking profits. Nice, yeah. Jonathan Stonks, don't leave us. I'm fighting the urge to send more poems, but they're not about trading, unfortunately. I might send one right before the live ends too, though, unless you want to keep it on topic, of course. No, I mean, I'd love to see more poems, for sure. Send it to me. Maybe I'll even read another one for the stream. This is going to be our new thing. Everyone's going to be logging on and be like, hey, when are you going to read out that next poem that Kathir wrote? But yeah, I'll stick around till 45 after here. So another 6 minutes or so. I do have to get to bed, guys. It's been it'll be almost a 4-hour stream. 3 hours and 45 minutes anyways. So it's been a long one. But you know, it's always worth it hanging out with you guys, having a good time. And I still gotta take my other dog, Frank, who's a Great Pyrenees. He's like 150 pounds. I got to take him out for a little walk before bed too. So I gotta take care of that. 522 subscribers. You guys, why are you doing this to me? Thank you so much. 58 likes. That's so awesome. FIK Trades. Yo, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Nice to meet you. I've only streamed a few times, been thinking about doing it more often, but my border collie keeps me so busy, lol. Hey, you're welcome to hop on stream here sometime if you want. I'm down for letting some people come on stream. Just don't be too crazy. You're gonna get me a write-up or something on my YouTube channel. No. Looking at the charts, feeling kind of far. Profits going slim, and now it is now to win. Must keep going and learn the swings with every trade and breath. The profits rise and sing. Good night, dude. Oh, there you go. I like this. Joey's making poems for us too. FIK Trades, nice to meet you too. Welcome to the stream. So you tuned in right at the end of the stream. I don't know what time, like where you're at or what time zone you're on, but it's 10:45 p.m. for me. So I got to get to bed pretty soon. I'll be up for market open tomorrow morning. I'm up at 5:50 a.m. for the 6:30 start, which is 9:30 East Coast. Looking at the charts, feeling kind of far. Profits going slim, in it now to win. Must keep going and learn the swings with every trade and every breath. The profits rise and sing. Good night, dude. I like that. This is gonna be like the new thing. The poem channel. Good crypto. So we got 35 subscribers. Stacks Network. Cringe maxing? Is it me reading the poem or what? I mean, I like the poem. I thought it was good. We don't, no hate. You're high on shrooms and short NQ. Oh my god. 24,831. Let's see. Let's open up the NQ here. We were looking at gold there for a minute. 24,831. Look at that pretty big bounce there, guys. Like the longs are still in play here, it seems like. But beware this midnight open price. It could reject here, but you know, to be honest, it's looking like longs are kind of still in play. Yeah, it does look like a bull flag, and it looks like we're kind of breaking out almost, right? Could be one of those. Go down to the 1 minute here. And we have a breakout of the bull flag and a retest there. So yeah, it is, and it's flagging out again here. So entry on this fair value gap was not a bad entry, guys. It's been holding, even though, like I said, we did get that inversion. Was it inverted on the 15th? Yeah, it did invert on the 15 also. So it is a little misleading there. This is one of those rare occasions where the fair value gap doesn't necessarily tell the truth. Although, like I said, if I get a closure below, my rule is I just close a trade. I would have got to roughly break even on this next candle or a little bit of profit and then reassessed. Maybe you could have got in long again on this next candle and, you know, taken it higher here. The one I sent you is kind of long though. You don't have to read it if you don't want. I can just send it in the Discord. Looks like a bull flag though. We have news in 17 minutes. IG, it's big news. What do we got in 17 minutes here? At the hour. French CPI? Is that what you're talking about? Sure, I can put NQ on the book map. So NQ's got orders at 24,850, noticeable amount. We got some up at near the 870s and some up between 885 and 890 there. So that's NQ, MNQ. Let's take a look at that guy. Looking a little similar. Most of the orders sort of stop here at 850 above. So yeah, not to say that that's going to be the end. We do have some here up at 880 also, but they're not quite as many. So yeah, the book is still looking like we're going to go a bit higher here, guys. UK core CPI. All right. Cool, man. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I've seen you around here before, but welcome. And Stacks News is also new. Welcome. I don't think I've seen you, and if I did before, I apologize if I didn't remember. But yeah, guys, hate to do it, but I got to wrap it up here. So I'm just going to do my usual sign out here. I usually say goodbye to everybody that was mostly everybody in the stream. Oh, sorry if I forgot anybody. So thanks for tuning in. See you later. Stacks. We got Cool Man. We got Kathir with the poems. Joey Crypto. FIK Trades. Silver Surfer. M Will in the house. I think I said Kathir already. Jonathan Stonks. Like that name. Tekka was in here earlier. User JT2QO. I didn't see your message earlier, but said, so you mind sharing? You're talking about my food, eh? Yeah, I can share my food. Who else do we got here? Lone Wolf, who is Silver Surfer. Antoine Payne in the house. Teddy in the house. Mustang Trader earlier. Who else do we got? Half Guard Media. Sinister Scalper. Addicted to Trading. New to the channel and said bless you when I sneezed. Thank you so much. Shut Up and Skate. Blackout News. Let's go. Wakas. WAQQQAS. Wakas was in the house. Jason Honfroy. I missed your comment earlier. Oh, I saw your comment, but I didn't notice that you're looks like a new person to this channel. DI in the house. Paul Vasquez, a new subscriber. Day Trader 420. Like it. I like it. Try not to be too 420'd out on the trading day though. Wait till after you're done trading. Mike Hawk in the house. Aaron. Aaron. Sorry if I'm butchering any names there. Butchering, you know. I gotta do it. Bro Donkadonk. Nate NQ. Sinister Scalper. Bob Joe. I didn't see your name earlier either. I get lost in the charts going lower. I did read your comment though. Just didn't notice that you're a new trader there, or new name. Edward B 911. Welcome. AG Trader. I think AGU ended up being our 500 subscriber. Sorry, my sign off ends up taking a little while. The bigger the stream gets, the longer the sign off takes. Life is good. BZ. Wayne in the house. Wayne's one of our longtime subscribers, always in the chat, giving us helpful pointers on key levels. Tushant MS. I think I said that right. Tushant. Said Joey Crypto earlier, but good to see you. Johan was in the house earlier also. Namit EST. We already said Nate NQ. Just Ain't Right in the house earlier also. Who else? Shad DF. Chad SFC. Who else we got? Is that it? Alifiando. Longest shout out ever here, guys. A bunch of styles. M. Will. I think I said M. Will earlier also. Mango. Hopefully you got out of that short. Oh yeah, Mad Hank. Mad Hank was in the house earlier. Urcon. Urcon's a great trader, guys. If he was here, don't hate Urcon. Charles Zhang. And I think we're getting pretty close to Tim. Can't forget Tim Korth. He's also a really long subscriber. Phil Suarez, also welcome back. Florida Dad in the house. Luke, protect your neck. He was here earlier. And Sofa FX, also aka Space Futures FX. And Dube Monkey. Thanks so much, everybody. It's been fun. You guys have a good night. We'll be live tomorrow. If not, we'll be live again Thursday night for this evening stream. We'll see you then. And I'll take a look at that poem and maybe we'll read it off in the next stream there, Kathir. Thanks so much, everybody. Appreciate you guys. You have a good night. Stay green, stay safe, and we'll talk to you later, guys. Peace out.